We're live. Hi, welcome to Cult Exe Plus One EXP. I'm Sarah, your real life stepdad who smells like Dolce Gabbana the One, and a co-cult leader here. Plus One is a weird little brand that multi-classes in tabletop game design, beard and skincare alchemy, and the Bardic College of Content Creation. The dream and hope here at Plus One is to help amazing designers find great players who love their games, and help amazing players find great designers whose games they can love.
I practiced, but that went well.
We are here playing a game in a place, and it's smelly. Keegan, Tony, you wrote a thing. Do you want to talk about it or not?
Yeah, we do. That's why we're doing this whole stream, Sarah. It wouldn't make sense if we
what?
didn't want to.
What? That's crazy. Yeah, we're gonna play.
Keegan, why don't you pick it off and I'll kick it off and I'll pick it up.
Yeah, you're gonna be picking up a lot.
And then I'll be putting it down.
Yeah, today we're playing Lost Phantosmia.
Yes.
Phantosmia, that was how we were pronouncing it?
I asked Google, how do you pronounce this word? As soon as you were like, that name is the one, which I also already knew it was the one in our list of names. I was like, cool, Google, how the hell do I say this word?
How do I say?
And it does look like you would pronounce it Lost Phantosmia. However, Google and looking up the etymology of the word has repeatedly told me that it just sounds like Phantosmia.
Hell yeah. Anyway, that's what we're playing. It is our upcoming Kickstarter. The link's below our heads. It is a dark and fragrant adventure designed for Down We Go. That feels like all the important stuff up top.
Cool. Yeah, if you like lingering memories, weird smells, and a little bit of class warfare, there's gonna be a lot of stuff in this you like. And if you're like, I don't know what Down We Go is, pick it up during the campaign. Or if you're like, I play a different game, we're gonna have some conversion guides, stretch goals, as well as the base conversion information that comes with Down We Go that makes it really easy to play with other systems. It's going live on February 11th. Yeah,
which is the most special of days.
That's right. It's also your birthday.
Yeah,
you know what better gift to give Sarah on her birthday than backing her friends' games. Sarah says, in lieu of birthday presents, please just back this game.
Just get really, really smelly and then go to Kickstarter and just blow up the feed telling us all what kind of smells you like or don't like. That's how I feel about that.
Oh shit, we didn't introduce ourselves because I think we assumed people knew.
Well, here's the thing. We're gonna do that now. Hi, if you've never seen our faces and you don't know who we are, I already introduced myself, but I am gonna have Keegan start us off with their intro.
Yeah, hi, I'm Keegan EXE. You can find me online at keeganexe.com or here at Plus One Exp. I'm currently wearing The Library Burning Down With Us by Death and Floral.
Excellent. Johnny, you go next.
Hey everyone, I'm Johnny Serena. So I do a lot of the layout work here in Plus One EXE. EXP. And yeah, in Plus One. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of layout work for the past couple of years, and this is my first game.
That's wild.
We're so excited. And it's really funny. We've always talked about having Johnny on, and what really spurred it was Johnny told us that he was going to maybe play another game with other people, and we're like,
hell no.
No. And so but yeah, if you've loved any of the beautiful things that have come out from Plus One over the last little bit, Johnny's had a hand in most of them, over 90% of them. My name's Tony. I'm Chief Alchemist here at Plus One EXP. And I won't do all the intro, but I'm super excited to play. We are also playing with some alternate Down We Go rules. We're calling to this through the streets right now, or to the streets, one of the two, and I will figure it out. That I wrote for Into the Sesson Citadel by Charlie Ferguson Avery. And they're really designed more around urban adventures. And so since that's some of the vibe here, those are the rules we're going to be playing with. So if you are familiar with Down We Go, these are slightly different roles based on living in town.
Hell yeah.
Excellent. And on that note, Keegan, do you want to
run us through safety tools first?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Safety tools. Let's talk about it. So typically here we use lines and veils and discuss that before entering into the game. For those of you who are not familiar, lines are no-goes. We will not discuss or bring them up throughout play. Veils are items that maybe we can refer to off screen. They're not directly involved in the action. Or if we do touch on them, it is brief. And we can move on from there. I will go first and introduce some of my lines and veils. I would say some lines for me are our general rules for here at Plus One EXP, SA, racism, transphobia, those kinds of things, and not cool. And veils for me would be harm to children or animals. You can't touch my friendly little familiar now. Haha.
I don't have anything else that I'm super worried about coming up in play that I want to add.
What about you, Johnny?
Same. I think that's for me also.
Cool.
Great. Normally we have a safety coordinator. I am happy to play that role if anybody feels uncomfortable at any point in time in the game and doesn't feel cool just like calling it out or saying, hey, can we not do that? Feel free to IM me and I will do it on your behalf. Anything else?
No, I think that's good.
Let's go to Smelltown.
Let's go to Smelltown. Yeah, I'll take over from here. Cool. Let's meet your characters first. I'm gonna open you all's character sheet and start at the top. I'll start at the bottom. Sarah, who are you?
My name is Glyph. I am a very bookish individual, coming from the cultist, or I am a cultist of the Forgotten God. I'm just a little guy, doing my best, and I smell nice.
Yeah. Your background includes a question. You want to tell me what it
Yeah.
is and answer it for me.
The question is, why did you sacrifice the mayor's daughter, and who is waiting on the sidelines to replace her? I think it was an accidental situation. I think Glyph wasn't paying attention to what necessarily was going on around them, and just kind of got caught up in the moment. And I don't again, I think it was serendipitous, maybe a little bit of inner cultish workings. And I think who is waiting in the sidelines to replace her is Greg.
Greg. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Easy enough. Tony, it's your turn.
I am playing Perfidious Slam, but you can call me Proffer. My top note is grit. My bottom note is sweat. My background is that I am a performance artist from the bizarre undercity of Infinitopolis. I've come to the surface for a bit to spread out my art in a less crowded market because the undercity is lousy with performance artists. You'd know that if you've ever been there. When I last came above land, my performance drew the ire of some of the nobles of the city. What was it? And I planning to draw their ire again. Look, I don't know if you know this about Perfidious, but he never has a plan. That's kind of the problem. And in retrospect, he should not have thrown feces on the face of that noble. When I say he shouldn't have, he should have. It was really great. It was really wonderful. And if there's feces in a noble again, it might happen, but it's not a plan. That's just a thing that when you have horse shit and a noble, you do. Like, you're not a performance artist if that doesn't happen. And now it's Keegan's job to make sure I encounter a noble and some horse shit.
You will absolutely go meet at least one of those things. Johnny, why don't you tell us about who you're playing?
Yeah, so I'm playing Detective Onaji. So my top note is wood and my bottom note is amber. So he smelled like very warm and very like woodsy. He's a very eccentric being. He's very paranoid and he feels like he's being followed. He feels like he's haunted all the time. So very twitchy, very he needs to shake something off of him. So the question I have here is, he was hired last time by Infinitopolis to solve a murder, but the murderer got away. who was it and what's the suspicion. I feel like the murder he didn't get a full look on who the murderer was since they got away, but it felt like they were just wearing some heavy clothes, like very dark and gritty aura around them. So we might see them again because everyone is practically wearing the same thing probably. So
In a way,
we're gonna
you're
figure out.
constantly seeing them.
That's right. So we'll figure out how we meet them again.
Yeah, cool.
Mm.
So we'll pick up. You all are sort of traveling around the city, and as you walk around, you notice there are some like pastel splashes of pink paper posted on job boards, guild halls, and tavern doors. We're going to say you go inspect them because if you don't, this game's not happening. They say this if someone would like to read them.
Ghost Hunters Wanted. Le Parfum des Rencontres is looking for a talented group of ghost hunters to solve a problem most bewitching. We are offering 50 gold to anyone who can exorcise the poltergeist or geists vexing our establishment. Please seek out Daisy Maplecourt for more information.
And I'm sorry, what was the name of the
Parfum des Rencontres.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Look,
I
don't
watch
speak
Count of Monte
French.
Cristo, okay?
It's great.
Yeah, perfect. I think we can end it here, actually.
Oh, very good.
So we're gonna go to
Yeah, I guess the question is, where do you all want to start seeking Daisy out? Do you want to go to the perfume store? Do you want to like ask around town?
I absolutely want to ask around town to find out where Daisy's at.
How do you do that? What does that look like?
Well, are you the GM now?
Well, no, I'm just curious. Like,
How
and
do you do that?
have,
What does that look like?
and have we asked around before? Together.
I think Proffer has grabbed one of these things and is just. Let's also get a sense of Proffer here. Proffer is like 6'4", kind of stony skinned individual with just splashes of paint and a dirty smock all over them, and you can big boy. And he is like picking up people and lifting them up to the piece of paper in his hand, rather than moving the piece of paper down close to them and just asking if they've seen Daisy. And he's just started walking off in a line. Let's say started walking off in a line. Do we have a city map, Keegan? No,
We don't.
that's fine. He's just started walking off towards the slums. Like he doesn't know that's the direction he's headed, but that's the direction he's headed.
Yeah, I feel like that's a great way to find a person, honestly. Yeah, you pick up a woman, you show her the sign, and she's like, "Oh, actually, someone roll me a d4 real fast. Let's see where Daisy is."
First roll of the game. It's gonna be an important one.
I got it. Here we go. It's a 4.
Cool. Yeah, she's able to tell you that Daisy. She last saw Daisy at the Angry Greenhouse.
All right. I say thanks, and I put her back down. And I pat her on her head.
Perfect. Yeah, you all are able to head over to the Angry Greenhouse. It's a once bustling center of agricultural prowess. There's a row of greenhouses here that are no longer a source of food or beauty for most. The untrained eye may miss the value here, but many still linger for one reason or another. So I'm gonna ask you all, actually, what caused folks to abandon this once verdant space?
It's the Angry Greenhouse.
It's the Angry Greenhouse?
I'm realizing I wrote part of this adventure, so I know a lot of the themes going through it, so someone else should answer. I'll give a really good answer that is absolutely connected to everything, and that's not fair.
I would say, why don't they go here? I think it's like because like if there's any like plants left, they accost you. Like if you get too close, they are aggressive to you, and maybe not even like in a physical way, but just like a perhaps some of them make sounds that sound like words, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just generally like not good for the self-esteem.
Are these like parrot plants that have come to life? Like they just repeat insults they've heard.
Yeah. And not like direct insults, like really passive aggressive ones. So like it eats at you later. Like, is that me?
How did that plant see right through me?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you all are able to head over here, and this place is pretty empty, but you do see sort of at the distance, the edge of one of the plant beds, a small dwarvish woman.
I go to pick her up and ask her if she's seen Daisy Maple Court.
She very aggressively nods her head. She's like, "Yep, that's me."
I turn and face my two compatriots. I found her.
I'm gonna look at is Onaji? Is that how I pronounce it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I look at Onaji and look at the person and then look at Onaji again and go, isn't this like a gig finding people and stuff?
Yes. What?
So why you look so surprised?
I don't know. Are we Onagi just ask her what or just asks Daisy like what's the ghost problem that you're having?
Yeah. She sort of like turns back to look over her shoulder. She's like, "Can you put me down now?"
Oh yeah, and just gently puts her down and pats her head.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, she's able to tell you a little bit about the ghost problem. So Daisy's able to tell you she is one of the night workers at, and I'm sorry, Sarah, what was the name of the perfume shop again?
Parfum de Oran.
Yeah. She's one of the night shift workers there, and the shop has had a poltergeist problem. And it has been scaring the night workers, the night stalkers. And they've brought it up to the ownership of Le Parfum d'Argent.
Excellent.
And the owners don't seem to want to do anything about it. The workers have begun striking over it, but she would like to end the strike. She'd like to be able to get back to work, so she is hiring a ghost hunter out of pocket.
Excellent. Have either of y'all hunted a ghost before?
In a roundabout way, sure.
We can do that.
She sort of nods her head. She's like, I mean, it sounds like you have more experience than me.
So we just go in, we find the ghost and
Right.
take care of him, and then you give us the money?
Yeah, so the ghost seems to only show up. I'm going to pick up your accent so quick.
It always
The ghost
happens.
seems
Keegan and
to-
I just merge into one big accent.
The ghost seems to only show up at night, so I think you'll probably have to sneak in. I don't think Lady Ambergris is going to be happy if she catches you there.
Yes.
Um,
Stealthy like.
but yeah, if you could, sounds like get rid of the ghost, kill the ghost. I don't really care what you do with the ghost. Capture it, free it. If the ghost is gone, I'll give you 50 coins.
Do we have to show anything that we've killed the ghost? Do we have to bring in a trophy?
Glyph, she sort of turns to you and she's like, "Do ghosts leave trophies? You've done this before. This is all new to me."
Let's be very clear. I said in a roundabout way. So let's not get crazy. But I don't know. Maybe there's some goo or just a general vibe we can bring out.
She sort of nods her head and she's like, "Right,
An
if-
aura of
If
excellence.
you could bring the general vibe with you."
I think
Okay, let's do it.
that's yeah, we can do that.
Perfect. Yeah, as you all are gonna head out, she's like, "Oh right, one last thing. It's very dark at night. No torches. The perfumes, they're alcohol based. Worried the whole building might go up. Should have led with that."
Well, I'm glad you didn't not end with that.
I did end with it.
Yeah. But had you not ended with it, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
nice meeting you.
Was it? I look at the. Was it nice meeting us?
She thinks so. As you all are heading out to, you see another group coming in to talk to her. It looks like you all probably aren't the only group this woman's talked to.
Hmm.
What time of day is it right now?
Great question. Roll me a d4.
I haven't set up my auto roller here. Hold on.
Wow.
Wow.
Tony's too good to roll real dice.
You know what? I don't like rolling digital dice except for on my critical machine because it's got them clicky clacky keys.
The critical machine's really cool. Yeah.
It feels like you're doing something. So I do like that. I rolled a 4.
It is currently dark out.
Excellent. The person who wrote a random table for this yesterday is really bummed that it's dark outside because I know it's on the other ones. The player characters are really excited. No, Perfidious has no idea why he would wait for anything. Fine. Does anybody else have anything they want to do before we go to the place?
I mean, I could eat.
Do we want to get a light source, or do we just want to wait until it's bright outside to enter?
Well, I mean, if it only shows up at night, right? Going in during the day, then we have to hide or pretend to be workers. But there's no workers in there, then we'd be scabs. And it could just get real ugly real fast.
And I got this. And Perfidious pulls out a jewel encrusted sword and kind of like uses it to catch a little bit of the light nearby and shine it in your eyes annoyingly for a second. So I mean that helps, you know.
All right, that's good enough. That's enough light.
This group's so dead.
Don't worry, we've got backup characters galore. Yeah, I guess we're gonna get some street food on the way there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you all are able to stop and get street food. I guess the question is, are you all stopping long enough that we are moving from dark into dawn? Or is this just a thing we're stopping, getting food, and then it's going to be night still when we get there? Like, do you all want a day to scout out in the day so you can, like, see around? Or do we want to just head at night?
I think as I kind of sit there and eat my delicious street food that doesn't taste like the street, it's just where I got the food. I think that like my more learned kind of influence would kick in, and I'd say, I mean, have any of you been to this place before?
Oh, I can afford these nice smells.
But you're an artist. Oh, I guess suffering for your art's kind of like a whole thing, huh?
Yeah. I've never been to a place like this.
Glyph is gonna pick up his little arm so his sleeve doesn't keep getting in the sauce of his street food. Just really quick, Glyph is a short individual, just a little guy. Yeah. He's wearing stylish robes, but it's clear that those stylish robes were meant for someone probably like a foot taller than he is. And like everything's just a little oversized. He does have a name card, but it's blank. There's nothing on it. And he's trying really hard to keep his sleeves from getting so gross in this food.
I love hey, real quick, his sleeves are getting dirty because he's eating street tacos.
Yeah.
I love the classic broad game player, like story game influence when playing an OSR game to explain why your character is worse than they might think they are. before they, because 2 of us have done it. So
Yeah.
far.
I just need everybody to know.
And like, here are the horrible things about my character.
I think they're wonderful, actually,
so-
to be honest.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I guess we're are we having this, are we walking and talking as you get your sauced sleeves all up in your
Yeah.
tacos?
And I think I would just like point out, like, I mean, it might be better if we take some time. Other groups are in there. We can see how far along they get, if there's any traps, maybe they can set them off, and gives us a little more opportunity to put our best foot forward,
Prof looks at the detective and goes, you ever case a place like this before?
Naju says he hasn't done anything like this before. So this is the first time he's encountered ghosts. Like, I only dealt with like murderers and pickpockets, but never like the supernatural yet. So I don't really know what to expect.
Yeah, pickpockets. There's none of those around here.
Yeah.
I put my little hands in my oversized pockets.
Yeah, as you all approach the shop, I guess it was already dark when you went to see Daisy. So it is we're probably starting to approach dawn. It's been a few hours of walking around the city, getting tacos. And you can see a number of people. So as you approach this, I should say, Le Parfum is a massive wooden manor. It used to be a home, but it is a business now. It looks pretty similar to the other manors in the area, but as you approach it, there's like an undeniable smell coming out of this place. It's like when you like walk through the perfume aisle and it's just like 100 cents. It is like that walking through the city towards this place. And the scent is almost overwhelming as you approach the front. And you can see as the sun is starting to come up in the morning, you can see a number of ghost hunters like sort of sneaking out of windows and shit to get out of the building. And you can see there are a number of people in what you could probably assume are Le Parfum like uniforms, sort of coming towards the back of the building.
I'm gonna look at the 2 of you and go, I mean, it looks like it's already going down. Look at that guy trying to get out of that window. Should we help him?
Yeah, I mean, I can. Is this window? Am I tall enough to reach up and just?
Is it funnier if it's a 2nd-story window? Yes, it is. You are not tall enough to reach this window. But he does look like he is losing his footing up there. If I
with the player's consent but not the characters, pick up Sarah's character's name.
Glyph, yeah.
If I pick up Glyph, could Glyph standing on my palm reach this guy?
Like held above your head for sure.
Yeah, so like yeah. So about everything extended like 10 to 12 feet,
yes.
right? Like okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
you raise me up, and I'm looking at this individual. Hey, what's going on?
There's a little bit of like I lift you up, slowly, then like get really quick at the end, and just like it is 100% that cheerleader maneuver.
Yeah.
And I just hope I hope you land it. That's the real.
I have my little hands up.
So this is my first time playing through the city. What are we calling
the streets? Yeah, or whatever.
What is the sneaky equivalent here?
Townie is the sneaky equivalent.
Cool. Sarah, go ahead and roll me Townie.
Oh no. If I have no points in Townie,
you're just rolling a flat D20.
A flat D20.
Or if there's a reason you think you might be particularly lucky in this circumstance, you could roll a luck roll also too, just like.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's a 17.
Yeah, you're. Tell me what this looks like.
I think it's should we help him? And you just go, yup, and you like pick me up by my little waist and like toss me in the air. I just like hold my feet or whatever, and I just land in a perfect little cheerleader thing with my hands on my hips. And I'm looking at this individual who's climbing out this window. I am not reaching out to touch them.
Yeah, you can see the panic in his eyes. He's like, can you help me? Can you help me?
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna fall.
I'd love to help you, but just just hang on there a second. Let's not get too crazy. Can you just tell me what you saw in there real quick?
Can you help me down?
I can, and I probably will if you just tell me what you saw.
Yeah, he's like, there's some real fucking freaks in there. Let me out.
I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna offer my little hands out to him.
He sort of gets one very sweaty palm in your hand, and then,
Oh God.
you're able to help him get down.
Yeah, I help him down, and I like make a scene of rubbing my little hands on my robes to get the sweat off.
So there's some freaks in there, like freaks you want to join, or
I don't think I want to join them.
okay, well, prude, but okay. Did you have any friends in there that are still in there?
You see him sort of look down at the ground sadly. He's like, I had some real friends in there. Anyway, I'm leaving.
Are there just
Naji asks,
Go ahead.
Oh.
No, go ahead.
what were you doing in there with your friends?
Oh, we did you hear about the ghost? We thought.
Yeah,
easy.
we did.
It's a ghost. You stab it with a dagger. They don't tell you can't stab a ghost with a dagger.
All right. Is anybody taking notes?
What could you stab a ghost with if you had to take a guess based on your lived personal experience?
And you see he looks down at his hands. He's like, well, she tried with a dagger, and then my other friend tried with a sword, and then my third friend tried with a rapier. What are other? I had a fourth friend with a trident.
Shit, that's a lot of friends. They're all in there?
Not anymore.
You see that Prof has just smeared a little bit of the ink off of his face and has been writing on the side of the house like knife, sword, trident, rapier. Like he thinks through that one real strong.
Okay, all right. Well, it's a bummer about your friends. You're welcome. By the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
When he's climbing down, I just give him a little shake, just to see if anything falls out.
Yeah. Give me a luck roll.
Yeah. I feel like this is this a 50-50?
Yeah, let's call this 50-50.
Can I proffer that as a performance artist, knowing who to play to in the crowd and how to play to them might make it a little easier?
Well,
Sure.
All right. Well, it doesn't matter. That's a 4. That's good. That's well above.
Yeah,
what
you're
I'm-
fine. Yeah, you shake him good, and you see just like a glowing bottle of perfume falls out of his pockets.
Oh, hey, buddy, watch it there. I say as as he kind of stumbles forward as they let him hit the ground kind of hard. I just scoop up that glowing bottle real quick.
No, you can't have that. That's mine.
No, it's on the ground here.
Because you shook it out of my pockets.
that's not what I saw.
I'm sorry. Are you mad because we were helping you down from the window and you tripped and stumbled at the very end?
No, I. Ugh! And he just turns around and leaves.
All right.
Anyway, you're
Yeah.
out front of this the shop. I think as this happens, the front doors of
Keegan,
the
just
shop.
because. Sorry to interrupt. Just because I feel like, would you give a color to this bottle?
Yes.
I just want to make sure that later on when we have a bunch of glowing bottles.
No, that's such.
We
a
know which
fair
one was the
question.
first.
The
Glowing bottle inventory.
bottle. Did I say it was glowing?
Yes.
You did.
That's
That
great.
part I remember.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. It seems to pulse with a gentle blue light. I'll even give you the name of this bottle in the chat because I don't want to pronounce things in French. And honestly, that's so fair
I
to
mean,
me.
there's somebody on this stream who loves pronouncing things in French, is what I've learned so far. Is this in our Discord chat?
Yeah, it's in our
Yeah.
Discord chat. Yeah, the bottle reads that though.
Bottle reads. That's amazing.
And I hold it up for our bookish friend and say, "Oh, you ever read anything like that before?"
I like squint at it and go, yeah, those are woods.
What? Yeah, I mean, how would I mean, I know how to say it, but how would you say it? You're so much better with the accents than I am.
Oh.
Hang on. Glyph is gonna look at it.
The owl. Beniotti.
Yeah, that's what I would have said.
Yeah. You know, because he's real big.
See how it? He's gonna take his little finger and look. See, it's big.
I think as you will discuss this bottle of perfume, you see the front doors of Les Parfums sort of swing open. Looks like they are open for business.
Okay, here's what we've learned. We're gonna need a special ghost weapon, device, instrument. I'm open to suggestions. I currently don't have one of those. So, do you have any magical ghost property items?
I looked out of the bottle in my hand, stick it in my pocket. I got this, and I hold up a gilded gem and sword and say, maybe this.
Maybe. What about you, detective? You sleuthed out anything?
I check my pockets and I find a spyglass, and he thinks, okay, I don't think this is gonna work well in the dark. And then I check my other pocket, and there's like an ounce of cocaine in there. This is probably gonna help at some point. So it's probably a secret tool that's gonna help for later. So we're just gonna keep it there. But yeah, I guess that's the extent of my help.
Okay, never mind. Okay. Okay. Here's how I see it. Okay, I feel pretty eepy, but I think what we do is one of us goes in there, checks, or we all go in there. That's fine. But just as like a light reconnaissance, looking, taking a gander, right? Take a look around, see what the deal is, and then we head back out here and see if we, based on what we see in there, try to procure ourselves some goods, some gear. And then at night, probably after some more delicious yet messy street tacos, we go back in.
After they finish this speech, I put Glyph down back on the ground.
Glyph's been in your hand above your head the whole
The
time.
entire time.
Yeah.
This is very good. As you've been holding Glyph, you would notice that Glyph seems a little bit wobblier on their feet than someone would normally be.
I don't notice.
Oh, excellent. I refuse this information. Get
Really
rid of
doing
it.
Some story gamer nonsense, you do.
So which one of the three of us is going in?
I mean, I'm happy to do it.
That sounds great.
Excellent. I toddle on in.
Yeah, as you approach the front door, hey Tony, here's the tech you haven't seen yet. You see there is a small sort of like memento that's been long painted over, and it's still nailed above the front door. What is that? Like, what's the memento?
Like, when you say memento, like it's like an item, like something being memorialized.
Yeah, like a small charm or like a
Ooh.
item of some sort.
in this house?
Our house. I think it is. You know what? I think it's a little teacup.
That's cute. So as you start to head towards this door, you look up at the teacup and you sort of have the scent of being loved. And you feel yourself being carried across the threshold of the door by your forever doting husband. How can you tell he really loves you? And do you worry it's not enough?
Glyph knows that his husband really loves him because when they are at social cult events, which are often long and very wordy, even though Glyph's partner would much prefer to like be at home, like he's very introverted, still goes out and does this thing and like learns all of the phrases and the handshakes and wears the clothes and does all that stuff, and is very supportive of me and my position within the organization. And I think the thing I am afraid that it might not be enough because I don't think my partner is interested in it in being a full blown member. And I think that kind of eats at me a little bit because like
mixed faith relationships. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I think you're thinking about that as you come through. Are you aware that memory's not yours? Like when you have it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Like I think it hits and Glyph is gonna stop and go,
Uh-huh.
I have a husband. I'm a 7-year-old who smoked 5,000 Marlboro.
I would never.
No, I think that is confusing for a second, but I just kind of shake my head and get back to it.
Yeah. As you approach the door, one of the employees here, like as you go to come in, she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, 1 second. Before you come in," and she points at on the front porch here. There is like a small silver hose attached next to the door, and she's like, "I'm gonna need you to spray yourself down before you come in." You just
Okay.
don't want any weird scent mixing when people come in. There's enough to smell in here, you know?
I mean, I guess, but you're gonna miss out on the classic vibe I'm bringing. But okay, it seems like a waste.
I'm gonna go over and I will do what she instructs.
Yeah. You sort of spray yourself down with this hose, and a soft pink smoke comes out of it. You're going to clear all of your scents and replace your top note with rose. And as you do that, she's like, thank you. I knew it's such a bother, but you're welcome to come in now.
Oh yeah, that's great. Thank you. So I'm here, looking to join the night shift. I've heard that there's potentially some employment opportunities for someone of my caliber and size.
Like, oh, you must be... Did you see the notes around town?
What notes?
So we're actually not hiring right now. Sorry.
Oh, that's weird. Because I'm pretty sure I heard that there was the positions opening and people weren't working here explicitly.
Oh, right. We did hire new staff already.
Oh, well, that's interesting. And from the hours of what to what, if you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, they work overnight.
So there's no daytime opportunities either.
And you see she sort of looks you up and down and looks the way your street taco laden shirt.
So I think from around the corner, Perfidious doesn't know a lot, but he knows this is going
Really?
So Perfidious is going to, with the players' consent, if not the characters, place an like you watch them like smear like the weird stains they have on their face look like eyeshadow and like garish lipstick real quick.
Yeah.
And they like let their hair out of a like a updo thing, and it just like drops down. It's out of a man bun, and it drops down around their shoulders, and they kind of shake it out. And I'm just gonna, with players' consent, not characters, wrap my arm around Detective Onaji, and just grab them and kind of lift them up around to the porch, like walking next to them. Johnny, is this cool? You good with this?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm going to use grand finale. Once per session, you can put on a vicious or impromptu performance designed to draw the full attention of anyone that can see or hear you. And I'm going to say, "Oh, we finally made it, sweetheart! Oh, you thank you so much for bringing me. I know that you just made detective, and so it's going to come with a salary bump. Bringing me here to." Is such a oh my gosh, you love me so much. And I'm just gonna muscle my way through the middle of this conversation, kind of breaking the contact that Joan is having.
What's going to happen here is she is going to focus her full attention on you.
Excellent.
She's going to try to get the two of you to take a scent bath before you come in. And she's trying to be very nice about it, but she is very positive she is not going to let you through that front door. But Glyph, she is going to ignore you to do this.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to try and sneak in.
Yeah, you're able to just walk in past her.
Awesome.
Yeah, you enter the lobby of this establishment. Hop down to it. You can see there's some dated wallpaper. And weirdly, now that you're in here, it looks like the windows are like still boarded up. There are about 30 coat racks, each with 1 to 4 coats on them.
I'm gonna really quick just check the pockets of as many coats, just kind of like quick hands in and out of those pockets.
Give me a luck roll real fast. We'll call this 50-50.
Just the D20?
Yeah, D6.
D6,
roll whatever
got it.
you want. If it's above the halfway point.
It is a 3.
On a
D6.
On a D6. Okay. Yeah, you go through. Looks like somebody has picked these pockets clean already.
Good to know. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see from here. You can see into a room just piled high with. This is the Hall of Scents. You can see in the distance. It's a room just piled high with like shelves on shelves on shelves of like very delicate perfume bottles. And sort of as you walk in, you can hear like a and as you turn around, there is a mouth just in the in the wall behind you. And it seems like it is trying to get your scent by tasting at the air a little bit, and it yells out like, "Greetings, welcome to Les Parfums."
Oh, hi. I'm just gonna go in here real quick. Okay? All right.
Yeah, it does not respond.
Great.
Oh, Najee, it smells just like the roses from our honeymoon.
From the lobby, you can also see to your right there is a locked door, and there's a big staircase ahead of you as well. So a few places you can go. You can also look at the map in the chat. But
Yeah.
In the stream, they can't see the map.
Yeah. I'm taking a gander right now. I want to. I want to go over to the locked door.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to try to open it, see that it's locked, and go.
Well, okay.
And I'm going to use my ability Familiar, where I command the help of a small friend. And what we see is that I actually, in my robe that's like draped on the ground, it looks like the top half of me kind of shifts back and drops. And out from the bottom of the robe comes like a little mushroom man. Just like the little toadstools from like Fantasia, you know?
Wait, have you been riding on this toadstool the entire time?
Yes.
What's his name?
That's a great question. I think his
toadstool.
Let me think. It can't just be Toadstool. I'll hit you with one in a minute. And I'm just gonna be like,
hey buddy.
Toadstool, and he's like, oh.
Yeah, hi. You know the thing that you do sometimes. Can you?
And I point at the locked door.
He points at the locked door. What are you trying to get him to do?
He's gonna open that door.
Oh, okay. How? Is that a thing he can do?
It just says command the help of a small friend. And in my mind, my small friend is good at getting through doors.
Yeah, that is I am fine with that if that is the thing your friend is good at.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see he sort of like reaches a hand up and it like jellifies for a second and then just
Mhm.
like becomes a little key and he sticks it in the lock. Just twists it. The door pops open. Back out front before we look into the library. She has gotten you both sent baths. She's like, okay, you're welcome to come in now.
Oh yes, it's finally. I'm so excited. I've heard some great things about what y'all are doing with wood recently. Can you tell me more about that?
Oh, you must be speaking about our woodsy sense. Yeah, of course. And she is going to take you past. She is keeping her focus on you as she walks you towards the Hall of Sense. She, just avoids looking at Glyph. Perfectly timed her movements here. And she's gonna take you in there, and she's like, "So, you're talking about our new wood sense?" And she starts like heading to shelves, and she will pick up and show you perfumes until you want her to do something different.
Excellent. I mean, also, I will point out, Johnny, right now I have this person's attention completely. And while I did bring Unaji with me, that does not restrict what Unaji can do. You are not part of the distraction other than me getting you in here and you being I'm captivating this person. But so I will keep her distracted while everybody else does stuff.
All right.
Cool. Yeah, in the Hall of Sense here, there are shelves on shelves, like I said, of delicate hand-blown bottles, all in various colors, sitting on top of gilded and glass shelves. Each shelf with plenty of room behind it for the employees to stand behind, and you can see like there's a few of them that glow. Most of them don't.
Oh, I want to go look at some of the glowy ones.
Yeah, she'll show you around.
This one smells like an oak tree.
She's like, that's a great nose. Yes, that is in fact oak tree scented. Let's see. Is Onaji getting up to anything else while this is going on?
Let's look at some of the ones that aren't glowing, and can we find out something if anything else is written on the back of them?
Yeah, so these are all going to be like well-labeled perfume bottles. I will happily give you offhand. A few of these are like magical perfumes. Most of them are not.
Onaji just admires them from a distance. Ooh, the label on this is so nice. It's so pretty.
Look at the kerning on these letters.
Yeah.
Is that a serif?
Cool. Back over at the library, Toadstool finishes popping the door open, and as the door opens to the library, one second, let me hop to
it. For the record, my familiar's name is Rune, but it's
cool.
Roon, Rune.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you see yeah, okay, cool. As the door opens, the fireplace in the room immediately lights. Like magically lights when you enter.
Okay.
And as you step through, the doors close behind you.
Mm.
And you are in this library by yourself. On these shelves, you see a bunch of like you're able to quickly look at the shelves. You're able to see there's like a bunch of books on like traditional scent making and like perfumes, and they do seem to be mixed in, and some of them are like relatively old.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some stuff in here. There look like there might be some like handwritten journals. There's a lot to look through in this room, though.
I think what I'm looking for is more like something it would be difficult to read, or something like a language, or something that is not like written in the common like word of here, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah, I can to get the thing you're looking for. You're gonna need to spend like an hour looking through this room. There are just like an overwhelming number of books in this library.
Okay.
This one smells a little bit like fish.
I think I'm going to start, right? Because in Glyph's mind, like, we've got the day before it gets nighttime, and as much as I can learn about this place or what's going on here, I guess I would probably like the handwritten journals rather than like the the typed, this is how you make perfume books, kind of starting at like the desk and whatnot.
Yeah. Perfect. I will get back to you on that then.
Excellent.
Let's hop over to everybody else because you're going to be in here for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. She is ready to sell you like a lot of perfume.
I think we do, like, we just see me. I like my arm, like I pulled my smock out and I've made a little basket of like of things. I've just been stacked, and this it would be an absolute nightmare of a mess of scents. Did these all go well together?
Oh God. You've broken this poor woman. She's like, no, you can only maybe 2 at a time if we're really specific. The 40 bottles you have?
Oh, did these two? And I just spray them at her.
She seems frustrated. She's trying to keep a customer service face and like and tone, and you can feel her cracking. You are not the first person she's had to deal with like this, though.
Yeah, I'm the first one today, but not the first one
today. Actually, a good call out too is that like as you've been doing this, there are more and more people entering the store.
I think I'm gonna ask her. Essentially, like I'm gonna try to go for like, what does she wear? Like, what is, like, she works here. She's a woman of refined aromatics. Like, what is her whole vibe?
Yeah, she's able to tell you her perfume is a mix of lilac and lilac and citrus. My
bad. I'm gonna ask her if there's something in my accoutrement that would match that well.
Yeah. There is not, but she's able to get you a bottle of it.
Excellent. I'm gonna spray that on, and so that means my top notes are now what?
So this is, you sprayed yourself on, so your top note was already rose.
Okay.
So as you spray another scent on yourself, your scent is instead going to become muddled.
Ooh. My scent is now muddled. Oh.
Like, oh right, you should. You know that thing I said about like stacking perfumes, or why don't we start over?
Yes, I thought you were a professional.
Yeah, she'll actually take you, if you would like. She will walk you through. She's like, so let's just restart your scent from base, and then we can figure out what we like on you.
Excellent.
And she walks you out of the Hall of Scents, back through the back of the building, and through the event hall. And as you walk through here, this is a grand hall made of dark woods. There's like gold gilding and obviously expensive portraitures of Lady Ambergris and the rest of her family. You can see there are a number of magical lanterns dotting the walls here. There are a number of event tables and chairs that are all sort of like pushed up against a wall. And as you go through here, you hear that mouth that you heard previously when Glyph walked through.
What did it sound like earlier?
Just real good ASMR for you. And it sort of licks, sort of confused like, and it's like, we need an employee. And then it's just quiet again. And she seems to ignore it. She walks you through the event hall, and to the back porch of the building, where there is a hose back here she sprays you down with that removes all of your scents.
Excellent.
And then you can try all the new perfume, and now you have your, I believe that was lilac and citrus.
Yeah. Are we just doing this on the back porch, or does she lead me back in afterwards?
She'll bring you back in afterwards.
As we pass by the magical, are these magical lights? Are these like sconces that are attached to the wall?
Yes.
Okay.
But I think you're here in the day. So I think I will give you. You probably could detach one of these if you tried hard enough.
Right, but they're just essentially like, they look just like light accent lights right now. Obviously, no fire in them is what we're saying.
Yeah,
right?
No fire in them.
Excellent.
Cool. Let's hop back to the library real quick. Sarah, you're able to tear through some of these journals, and give me a Oh shit, it's not mystic anymore. Give me. Oh, you're bookish. Cool. Give
Mhm.
me a bookish roll. You're looking to beat a 12.
I got an 18, and do I add 3 to that?
You would add 3 to it, but 18's
I
fine.
don't need to.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you spent an hour here looking. I'll give you, as you look through these. There are some sort of like implications between lines of text. It doesn't quite say what she is, but it does. You get that. You get the idea, like sort of reading between the lines. Lady Ambergris, in her journal, is like impossibly old. And you get the feeling that she is not a human, though you can't necessarily know what she is.
Because of the implication.
Because of the implications. Yeah.
But if I read between the lines.
Yeah, if you read between the lines, there's something spooky going on here, and that she lost her husband fairly young. It would have been probably like 50 years ago at this point. And you see, it feels calculated. Like the way she talks about it is almost like she thinks somebody might read this journal, and she doesn't want to look bad.
Like this might be entered as evidence into a court somewhere. Got it.
Got it in one.
Well, it's a little. I don't know about this lady there, Roan.
And I'm going to kind of store that information away. Is it just the one door into the library?
There are 2 doors. Now that you're in the library, there is the door that would lead you back to the lobby, and then there's the door to an area that you would know is store. I mean, you would know it's storage.
I wouldn't know, but like
on
Sarah, the
my
player,
map, it
can
says
see.
storage.
Yeah. Is that door locked?
It is also locked. Oh, that wall does line up. Anyway.
Yeah, it's okay. If
Look,
Rune,
nobody knew that till you said it on the stream. Now they know
It'll
our
be
map is
fixed before it
wonky.
goes to Kickstarter.
with Rune still with me, would him opening this door count as a charge of my familiar helping
It would
me?
absolutely count it as a second charge. The door locked behind you when you entered the room.
Yeah, then I'm not going out the way that I came in. I'm absolutely gonna spin that wheel. I'm gonna
Roan, do that thing you do. But this door now, not that door. This door, that old crummy door. This new, very exciting, fashionable door.
Yeah. You do that. He melts his little hand down into a key and opens this door as well. And as you open this door, you see this is sort of like a dusty, older wooden room. It's pretty dark in here.
Him.
And as you enter, you hear that mouth sort of tasting at the air again, and it is quiet. And you can see there's some shelves in here that have like overstock perfumes, and as well as some like big silver things that seem to be attached to pipes on the walls.
I want to look at those, just like kind of as I'm going to move into the room because, like I said, I'm locked in the other room anyways.
Yeah, you're gonna trigger a trap. You don't
Yeah.
smell right. Give me a. What are these rolls? Give me a townie roll.
That is a nat 20.
Yeah.
I'm rolling like amazing. Holy
hear
shit.
something in the corner sort of click, and you're able to move out just in time as a crossbow bolt whizzes past you and hits the door behind you.
I think I go neener. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna try and run and find my way out.
Yeah, you're able to run as you sort of like run through out of storage. You can head back into the Hall of Set. I think you're going to run face first into this woman who's holding like 20 bottles of perfume. And helping your good friends, your good friend Prof and Onaji buy some suits. You run face first into this woman.
Yeah.
She spills perfumes. It is I mean like it is a mess in here now.
Oh fuck.
You see her look at you and she's like, "What were you doing in storage?"
Oh, sorry. I
Yeah.
thought it was the Oh,
Nope,
okay.
Out.
Shit. Okay. All right. Shit. I'll just take my thing and go.
And I'm gonna hold my hand out for Rune, like walk out with Rune.
I guess you can't always find good help these days.
She sort of eyes you suspiciously, and she's like, "Did you know her?
Huh?
Him? The one with the
Him?
mushroom?"
I've never seen that mushroom before.
Yeah. Sarah, you are going to get they're going to watch you leave. They're going to make sure you don't come back in.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. Back inside the door, she's able to finish ringing up your purchases.
I start to pat my pockets. Oh, darling, did they give you that advance for your promotion yet?
Yes, it's with me. So no, I have something else. So we don't have to pay anymore.
That sounds
Oh no,
like a
just
ton.
yeah.
I have a
'cause-
gun.
No, because I have pressure point on Sinuous.
Okay.
So I just
Oh my God.
reach into my pocket for like some cocaine and I throw it at her. And it just, I hope it overwhelms her and just stuns her. So
Johnny, this is the best thing anyone's ever done to me.
I love that Johnny's first definitive hard character action playing an RPG
Throwing
is throw
cocaine in someone's
cocaine
face
in
to
their
paralyze them.
face.
It's successful is the whole thing. It is
Yes!
successful. You
All
don't
right.
have to roll because you used an ability.
okay, now she's immobilized.
Yeah.
Okay, fun.
And how many levels do you have in Sinuous?
Have two.
Two. Okay, that's fine. That's great.
So that means I can do that again.
Yes.
Yeah, but it also means that they are immobilized
For two
for
full
2
minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Her pupil's huge. She is experiencing some things right now.
I love that her interior, like her mind is operating on a whole different level because her body has shut down, but cocaine is surging through her system, and
There's a smell of 20 perfumes. She just got cocained in the face. She's having to deal with whatever you are. She is gone. She is mentally in a different building.
I will grab our purchase.
Yes.
Thank you, darling. I can't wait to wear this on our date tonight.
Outside, while they're doing this, I am climbing back on top of Rune and fixing my little robe, so I'm back to a taller stature.
Incredible. Yeah. You do that. The other two of you have about 2 minutes to get out of this building.
Yeah, we book it. Like, yeah.
Cool.
I grab one of the mini coats on the, on the way out.
One of the between 20 and 80 coats at the front.
Yeah, that 4D20 roll is quite a bit.
It's 30d4, in fact.
30D4.
Amazing.
To make sure there's always a lot of coats instead of just sometimes there being a.
So the thing I love about writing adventures is putting a roll in that nobody is going to make.
Yeah, and just you're gonna pick a number. GM.
It's I have 50 d4 in a different game.
Excellent.
I do need to know if this jacket fits me at all, and I rolled a 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and assume that it does not, and it tears as I put it on.
Incredible. It does tear as you put it on. It does not fit.
I like the idea that the sleeves are now kind of stuck on your arms, but have detached from the coat at large.
100%. Yeah.
You are still wearing it out, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, we didn't slow down at all.
Yeah, it's a good fur. It would have been a good fur had the sleeve not ripped.
So Keegan, let me ask a question. Since it was dawn when we got here, and it's been a little while, is it daytime now outside?
Yeah, I'd say it's daytime now outside. That's a great question. Let me jump back to the times of day and what's happening outside. Yeah, so as you all head out, there's an active picket line out front. You see there are a number of the night shift folks here, including you see Daisy holding a picket sign. And you see there's a local newspaper seems to be here interviewing people. There is an anti-establishment street play happening. Just an ear shot. And you can see an armored noble carriage arriving.
What is our nearest, fastest route to some shit?
As we pass by the carriage, I would like to use devastating blow.
Sure. What's that
devastating blow. It only inflicts 1 damage, but it does crack armor open. So I wanna essentially break one of the wheels of this carriage as it's like slowing down to come in to create a distraction while we leave.
Yeah, you're able to crack that wheel open, and you see the carriage sort of thunk, and you see a very upset noblewoman climb out and immediately turn towards the picketers, and she's going to start yelling at them. But you all don't care. You're leaving.
Mm-hmm. As we are walking down the street, I'm going to tell my compatriots what I saw.
So I don't know if you guys noticed that weird mouth. It's a bad situation. I think those are all over, and I think they smell you, taste you, smell you. Perhaps they have a Jacobson gland, much like cats. Either way, they engage with you in some manner and are able to determine your identity based on the mouthfeel you have.
A Jacobson gland?
Do you know about this? Google it. Fucking Google it.
There's nothing better than playing OSR, NSR, old school Baroque games than Googling scientific facts as part of the process. It's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, it's a bombo-nasal organ.
So
that's fun.
Listen, chat, when you have a cat and they like are smelling something and then they look up and it looks like they're panting and they're holding their mouth open, what they're actually doing is pulling the smell that they're experiencing across their Jacobson gland, which is found on the roof of their mouth.
Why aren't we all
better
playing
information?
People?
I did put these mouths in because I was thinking about snakes, which have the same organ.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Cool. Yeah, it is daytime. You all are heading out. I assume we're gonna come back at night.
Yeah.
Whoa! Way to railroad us, GM.
Sorry, we're an hour in. We haven't made it into the store at nighttime yet.
But we haven't even talked about our feelings yet. No, but I am gonna tell them like, okay, there are clearly traps there. There's some identity stuff. The lady of the establishment,
Lady Ambergris.
Yeah, I think she killed her husband.
I saw her picture.
Was it good? Was it a good picture?
I had to remember what accent I was doing for a second.
I saw the picture, darling.
Oh, the accent before the fake accent.
The accent, it's my 4th accent this stream also too. Which now feels like a character choice, even though it wasn't to start with. She I saw a picture of her. And one of the mouths yelled, hey, we need an employee when they took me out back to hose me down.
Maybe because he smelled too much?
Yeah, it wasn't a good combination. But it like if I think back, did it go off when I went underneath, or did it lick for both of us or just one of us?
It licked for both of you. It did seem to go off because of you.
Okay.
And your muddled smell.
Yeah.
Hey, we're putting things together, chat.
So yeah, I think maybe you got to smell right.
Right. You wouldn't have happened to pick up Lady Ambergris' signature scent, would you? Not with that haul you got there.
Back, were there any bottles that said, "This is the key bottle you need to make it through the entire dungeon"?
No,
on the
there
counter?
was in fact not a bottle labeled. Like,
damn.
Just get through the building. Everything's cool.
Well, no, it would obviously be labeled.
Lady Ambergris number 8.
And it would be
Ambergris
like Ron holding the bottle in like some flower field and like this beautiful Gaussian outfit.
What's the name of the lady from the Emperor's New Groove?
Yzma.
Do we get Yzma vibes from Lady Ambergris?
Sure.
All right.
Our Lady Ambergris.
I mean, it's all a
Do
picture of
all,
her.
yes.
So no Lady Ambergris number
Yeah,
one.
There's no
with a bullet.
Ambergris 8.
No, but I got this one, and I hold up the perfume we took. That is, and this was what the lady was wearing who worked there.
Oh, that could do us some good. Here's what I think. I think we're gonna need some more shit before we go back in there.
Excellent. I just reached down and pick up a handful out of the street.
Yeah, you have a handful of horseshit now.
Actually, yeah, great. Put that in your pocket.
Hey, Tony, your son's muddled.
Oh no.
But we know the hose that she used to make you smell
Normal.
not smells
I
anymore.
know, we know the thing now. All
Yeah.
right.
We're smart critters.
Onaji, any thoughts, feelings about our current situation as we find ourselves?
Remember, one of your friends
Yeah, I
is
think
holding a handful of horseshit when this is happening.
He put it in his pocket.
I put it in a pocket and wiped it off my hand
My
up on my
bad, my
spot.
bad. You're right. That's on me.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's enter the room. Let's enter it again with smelling differently. So that's what Onaji thinks. So I kind of want to put on the blue bottle that we shook off from the guy who was exiting.
You want to use my glowing bottle? That's fine. Yeah.
Oh, that's your. Okay, that's with you. Okay.
It's fine. I will. You can absolutely use it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah,
Just so we're different, we smell differently. Mhm.
yeah, that's a great plan when we come back. It feels like now's probably a good time to take a 5, and then we can come back
Yeah.
at nighttime and
Yeah, we can
do the
establish
actual
our
dungeon.
characters slept and did all the things they're supposed to do. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
excellent. All right,
Cool.
Sarah, you got to take us out.
Come back later.
Come in like 5 minutes.
The panicked look in your eyes.
And we're back. There's so many buttons to click when you.
By the way, Sarah, if people wanted to find this fine RPG, where would they find it?
Well, they could go to a link that exists
on the screen.
on the screen beneath our faces.
That's it,
ttrpg.link /PLP.
Yeah.
Lip.
Yeah. What does that stand for? Close enough. Yeah. Let's go.
Literally not spelled out because I realized there's no good short version of this. 2, if we say it out loud the way it's supposed to be pronounced, no one will spell it that way.
Yeah.
It's true.
And so,
We could have gone ttrpg.link /lostp and just had to answer what the P was every time.
what's the P?
That's right. I lost my penis. Anyway, it's nighttime. We're coming back.
Very good.
Keegan, as the GM, just out of curiosity, because a long period of time has passed and potentially we slept, does that mean we got all of our ability uses back?
Give me a luck check. I'll give you that. I'll give it to you on a 3 or higher.
I mean, I'm fine if the answer is no.
No,
Roll that dice.
I think
It's
a
just once
fun
per
question.
game day. So is this the same game day or a new game day?
Who knows that time? Just roll a luck check.
I'll roll a
for me.
d6. I'm not looking for our once per session abilities, just our that's a 6, baby.
Hell
You get all
yeah.
your shit back.
I'll get my devastating blowback.
Rune's
No.
gonna open so many gosh dang doors.
Oh fucking shit. I'll be back.
Oh no, what happened?
Well, no.
I'm gonna type in this thing while I chat to fill air.
No, you're fine. I just spilled my soda all over the place.
Oh, rip.
No, not the soda.
Not
That
like I have a ton of
tasty?
electronics sitting on my desk.
What does it smell like?
It smells like Pathfinder.
Mm.
Guaranteed to lift your spirits.
Pathfinder.
Oh, you're on.
Divinity, our favorite RPG. Here at Plus One Exp.
You heard it here first. Tony only smells Pathfinder.
Yeah, we head back to Les Parfums at night. Nighttime a little different. As you all come in, the shop is dark. The front door is closed, and you can see
What if we plan to get there around dusk?
are we planning to get there around dusk?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Great. You get there around dusk instead, and you can see that armored noble carriage. They are putting a wheel back on it. They've been dealing with it all day. It was a very expensive carriage. It uses special wheels. But it looks like they're about ready to depart. You can see the front doors have just closed. And you can see a few employees like leaving out the back. And more importantly, you see here on the street a small halfling man with a coffee cart.
I'm just gonna go check this out really quick. I have a feeling this could be a long night.
And I'm gonna weeble wobble my way over to this cart.
Yeah, you weevil wobble over to this cart. And the small halfling man sort of bows to you, and he's like, "Acro vetiver, coffee."
My name's Glyph, and I would like to buy some coffee.
He sort of shakes his head, like, "You could be honest with me. You a ghost hunter?" He's gone through 8 accents already.
Aspiring.
Aspiring. And you're aspiring to go in Les Parfums.
Yeah.
He's like, he sort of like looks around like he's worried the fuzz are going to find him.
Mhm.
And he's like, "I got some special coffee beans. Help you smell real good.
Real good or like nothing at all?
They'll help you smell things better."
Oh, hell yeah. How much for these magic coffee beans? My whole farm, just a cow.
It's 1 gold per bean.
1 gold per bean.
I'm gonna
But
look.
these are magical beans. They'll clear your sense.
Yeah. I am a kind and generous person.
I'm gonna buy 3 beans
Sure.
for each of us.
So 9 beans.
9 beans.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a d10 real fast.
4.
Cool. I'm gonna note that in my head. As you see, he sort of nods and he's like, "Good doing business with you." And he grabs his little cart and he keeps going down the street.
I look at my friends and I go,
I don't know. You see a magic bean, you buy a magic bean. That's how they market magic beans.
I take my 3 magic beans and I put them in a different pocket on my smock from the horse shit.
I'm glad you have so many smock pockets. Smockets, if you will.
Yeah, I would.
Thank you.
And so
Mhm. I pocket mine also. Not in the cocaine pocket. So that they're not-
Cocaine pocket might be
Mhm.
fine for coffee
For
beans,
coffee
to be fair.
it might make them more
Yeah, just
magical.
separate for now.
It's separate
Right.
for now. We can always
Mm.
combine them later. Yeah, y'all have some magic coffee beans.
okay. I'm going to head up to the porch and try to find that silver hose that made us smell, that got rid of our smells and just had made
Made you rose scented instead?
made us rose scented to start. Because I assume the one that was the hose that made Tony's muddled scent go away. This hose.
The one that made his muddled scent go away was on the back porch, but you have used this
Okay.
hose before, so you would know this will also clear your scent and replace
Okay.
it with rose, no matter what's
Okay.
on you.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
The other one just clears. This one clears and adds rose as a top.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. I just wanted to make sure that I was understanding correctly that they were 2 separate hoses.
Yep.
Um,
And I'll even say, Tony, when you were on that back one, you didn't use it, but there was a second hose on the back porch as well.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to skulk my way around to the back porch. I love that we're all just splitting up and going a million different directions. I'm going to skulk my way around to the back porch.
Cool. Are you all following?
I kind of want to go to the back porch also.
yeah. We're gonna I'm gonna stick together.
Cool. We're gonna hop over to the back porch. You see there is a small enclosed porch connected to the back of the building. It's getting dark, so you can see the moonlight starting to pour into the room from it's sort of like a screened in back porch. Cool. Yeah, and you can see on this back porch here, there are 2 small metal hoses connected to a wall. And next to I get like if you actually enter the screened in porch, you can see there is by the exit door here there are time logs for the employees to mark what time they're coming in and going out. With some like furious notes about making sure you're not committing time theft.
Too real.
Sorry.
I use the other pipe.
Yeah. You use hose too. And you spray it down on yourself and you add a lilac scented top note.
And it was lilac top, citrus bottom. Is that what the
lilac
perfume
top,
has?
citrus bottom is the perfume you bought. Yeah.
Okay. All right. This poses no issue for me currently. Then.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have anything they want to do?
Yeah, I want to no smell it up. Give me no smells.
Yeah, you use hose 1 to remove your scent, and a light green smoke that smells antiseptic in nature strips all of the scent off you.
I hit Rune with it too.
Rune no longer has a smell.
Damn,
Rune's gonna fuck me up. We're gonna be able to do so many scent combinations across this group.
I look at the time logs very closely, and I think after a very short period of time, y'all realize like you're not quite sure if Perfidious can read or not. Like he's very intently staring, and you did see him write some things on the wall, but this seems like he does not know what he's looking at.
Listen, buddy. You go first, detective. Were you gonna say something?
No, I just want to help Perfidious out and just check what's on the wall. And can I use Rudimentary, my beloved companion?
Yeah. You
Yeah,
absolutely can.
You want to read that ability out loud for everybody?
All right. So it's once per session. You may keenly observe something and discover a critical piece of information.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. What are you trying to discover information about?
You just want to see what time people go out and how many people work in this establishment.
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, cool. You can see there are probably like 10 people per shift working in this building. Like they pack a lot of folks in. And you can see sort of as you're flipping through it, you have like about an idea of like when the strike started. Daisy has you can like see that the last time Daisy clocked in was a few days ago, and it looks like nobody is clocking in during night shifts anymore.
But they aren't hired,
Mhm.
according to Glyph. If Glyph was telling us the truth.
Yeah.
Would I lie to you?
I mean, we overheard the lady tell you. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say you overheard the lady say earlier that there are people here working overnight, and that they're like fully staffed already.
Interesting. Yeah, Perfidious is going to open the back door and head in.
Yeah, and Perfidious smells like lilac, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, the back door opens for you. You're able to head in. There's like a small oh no, you're heading in. You'll enter directly into the event hall, and you're the first person to do it. So I'm gonna open my notes app now. And as you enter, you can hear the chandelier above swinging sort of melodically. It's crystal prisms and pendologs chiming in an invisible wind. You feel the warm phantom of light twinkling in rainbows across your face, and you look to your husband's face as you feel it. Do you forgive him, or do you resent the idea that he can buy your forgiveness? We're discovering memories out of order, everybody.
That's great. I mean, I like this is new tech that Keegan has written for this. We talked about a couple different ways to do this, and I think them being out of order is interesting.
It's fun, right?
Yeah. Because I think it's great. Say it one more time. Do I?
Oh yeah. You look at your husband's face as you like feel the light from this new chandelier on your face. And I want to know, do you forgive him, or do you resent the idea that he can buy your forgiveness?
I think it starts with a clear resentment for the fact that he can just buy my forgiveness, but I think like as we make our way around the dance floor, I kind of start to forget that that's the case. Like I lose myself in the moment a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
kind of let that slide away as we promenade.
Yeah. As you promenade. Yeah. You resent him, and sort of as that memory fades, are you aware that that's not your memory you're experiencing?
Um, as a truly method performance artist, I think that Perfidious, like it's not uncommon for him to get lost in a role, and I think that's kind of what he thinks just happened.
Mm-hmm.
And so I reach over and I give Onagi like I give him like a punch in, like a friendly punch in the shoulder, like falling back into the husband wife role from earlier today for a minute, but in a very buddy like oh I'd forgive you anytime like way. But yeah, I don't think I realized it was not my memory.
Yeah. I think sort of as you're coming in, you're having this conversation. You start to sort of pick up a smell. It is dark in here, I should say. You know, during the day when you were here previously, there were like lights on all of the walls. All of them are off. It is pitch black as you enter this room. And you start to smell sort of notes of like bergamot, like wet wood. And as you're sort of experiencing this, you hear something fly off a table nearby. It doesn't hit you, but like there's a loud like crashing against the wall.
Is there any light in here?
No.
Okay, so the light for the chandelier was 100% a memory.
The light from the chandelier
it was part of the
100%
memory. It was not over. Okay, thank you, sir.
I really quickly would like to use a charge of my familiar and command him to help me. I want to release Rune from his coat prison, and free me. And I'm gonna tickle him. Tickle, 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 tickle. So he glows, and that would that's what I would like the help action to be, is that he lights up.
So you're creating a light source, is what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. 1 second. Let me scroll to what happens when your players make a light. I know where I put this because I built this document.
I don't, because I've only ruined parts of that document. Keegan's so great at formulating a Google Doc, and I am not only bad at it, but actively ruin it as I go.
I have cordoned you off at the bottom of the document so I can fix it.
That's why I moved all my stuff to the bottom of the document for the most part.
Yeah. Sarah, give me a quick luck roll. You are only going to be successful on a 5 or 6.
Oh shit. That's a 2.
Okay, cool. You can hear footsteps coming your way as your little buddy begins glowing. No one's here yet, but you can hear somebody is coming. But I do think with the lights on, this is the same event hall we saw earlier. It was like previously a ballroom, everything's sort of pressed up against walls. But additionally, you can see there's a roll of silverware. It seems to be the thing that like crashed into the wall as you all entered.
Okay. I'm shit, someone's coming. And I'm gonna start booking it towards that coat rack. Towards the lobby. Because I know that we can hide in there.
Just running through so you're running through the hall of smells up to the coat racks up front.
Well, I guess in my mind it was a hallway, but yes.
I'm not stopping. I was just curious.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's totally fine. Are you two following? Shit, the fuzz!
There's a bunch of silverware all over the ground right now, is what I heard.
There's a roll of silverware on the ground.
I'm pocketing that, and then
you pocket the roll of silverware.
When people with no sense go past these tongues,
oh right, there's the magic mouths in here. I'm having to scroll so much because of how Google.
I'm a horrible co-player, great co-GM.
No, I love that.
I'll remind you of all the traps.
Cool, thank you. Yeah. So, what are people's sense as they walk through that room? As you walk through, you hear the mouth real fast. Tony, I believe you were lilac and citrus.
I'm lilac and nothing technically.
Oh, you're lilac with no bottom notes.
Yeah.
Cool. sort of as you make it through the event hall and back into the Hall of Sense, you hear the mouth says, remember to properly clock your lunch breaks. It's time theft otherwise. Sarah, what were your notes?
Nothing.
Nothing. Cool. Nothing happens.
Hell yeah, I'm a ninja.
And then Johnny, what does your character currently smell like?
I have top note of rose and bottom of amber.
Rose and amber. Okay, cool. Yeah, as you sort of follow them back into the Hall of Sense, you can hear the mouth is like, thank you for shopping Le Parfum. Please re-enter the Hall of Sense and an employee will help you in a moment.
How loud are these things?
Relatively loud.
Okay. While it's doing the thing for Onaji, I'm gonna just try to spray some of the lilac and citrus perfume at it. like mid talk, I'm gonna like.
It finishes its sentence and goes. It is your responsibility to make sure your employees are appropriately logging their breaks. Remember that failure to do so is time theft. These mouths are obsessed with time theft. That is in fact textual.
So I'm here. We need a D20 corporate jargon table.
Yeah, that's what we're hearing. I love time theft. I think it's very funny.
I think time theft is a very important factor of this table.
Sarah, are you staying in the hallway? Or are you going to zoom through the Hall of Sense on your way back to the lobby?
I don't think I'm gonna go all the way back to the lobby if folks are kind of stopping. I think I just wanted to get out of that room. Like I don't want to get too far removed because I know that there are traps in here. And I don't want me and Rune to fend for ourselves.
That was me directly asking, Sarah, are you going to set off a trap or no?
Yeah, I recognize that.
Cool. That's fine. Yeah, you all stop just inside the Hall of Sense, past the event hall. Is your little buddy still glowing?
I mean, yes, I asked him to. I get the sense that when I activated his help, that's kind of what triggered everything.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm gonna do because I was gonna
lantern thing with our.
Yeah, I'm gonna remove my stylish robe, and wrap little homie in it. So like he's got a little hood that if I feel like I want light, I can take it off in a case of emergency. But now he is wearing the robe. I'm.
Yeah, what are you wearing?
We have to know, Sarah. I don't want to be the one who
fully
asks.
Nude.
You have to tell us.
It's a fully nude man in his mushroom.
No.
At least they've covered their mushroom.
I think this is what remarkable. As I take off the robe, you realize that I've been walking around on my knees this whole time.
I hate you so much.
Stand up. Again.
You're laughing so hard you're clipping it through your mic.
Sorry. I'm back to being somewhat taller. Still not super tall, but like there's that element of
It's
height
impossible
that's added.
to know what height you are at this point.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
I'm wearing very loud swim shorts. Like they're obviously swimming trunks.
Sarah, I need you to be so clear. Are they loud?
Yeah, well, in like a color sense, not in.
Okay.
And when I walk, they do make a. And then I have.
Sure, all of that's true.
I love it when I get to do whatever I want. I'm also wearing just like a white tank top, and I have a gold medallion on just a ridiculous or silver medallion on a ridiculous chain.
Of course you do. No one can see this though because your little buddy is covered up now.
Yeah. Just for that brief moment of like while he's glowing.
You all get to see that.
It is frustrating, especially because I know I wrote one of those items on there as gear.
I ain't lying. Oh shit! You would see the other thing too. Sorry.
You're good.
Just there's a flash and tied to Glyph's hip. is something that appears. It looks like just a very bodacious female figure, that is like.
What the fuck could this even be?
It's my
I'm
curvy
opening the
knife.
character sheet. One
I know
second.
that was a very different way to take curvy knife.
That's my curvy knife.
Because I just meant a curved dagger, but you went with curvaceous
leaving.
knife.
You all finish this game.
And that's the knife. The woman is tastefully
Bodacious.
and tastefully unclothed.
Okay, it's a tastefully nude, bodacious woman with a sword coming out from her feet.
She is the sword.
She is the sword. Okay,
She
sorry,
is
my bad.
Yeah,
That's on
yeah,
me.
yeah.
I assumed she was the hilt.
I'm also not going to lie, Sarah, and you don't know this, but because of some of the tones that this adventure is written with, that's so fucking good.
It's
Like it's so
The thing
it's
is it
such an
rocks.
excellent thing
Mhm.
that your knife is a curvy, bodacious woman, and it makes so much sense in ways that you don't even know, and that's what I love about you.
Well, like the art and everything that like
No, yeah,
and
no.
the second I read it, I was like 100%. It's like the pinup style kind of lady.
That's,
Like I love it.
that's great.
tastefully nude, tits
Tastefully
out, nipples
nude.
hard.
Yeah, it's art, man.
Oh, so
It-
you all
it
see that
should make
in
you
a
feel.
flash. You perfectly register everything you just saw. You don't have any questions about it.
Or if you do, you keep them to yourself.
If you do, you keep them to yourself. Incredible. As you get the coat over your little buddy, you hear footsteps in the event hall. But whatever's in there has not seemed to have found you. It seems like extinguishing your light source was a good choice here.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, but we should make an encounter roll. We should have done that earlier too. Someone.
yeah,
roll
I'm
me a
not that
D20.
good of a code GM. D20.
What am I rolling?
D20.
That's another nat 20. Holy shit.
Shit. Fucking hell. I do remember what that is.
No.
Because that's a
As
table I
you-
have to rewrite.
As you enter the Hall of Sense, you see there is. I guess you don't see because it is still very dark. There's a light glow from some of these perfume bottles, like enough just to make out a figure. Standing on top of one of the shelves here is a small gnomish woman, and she loudly announces, "Leave, evildoers! It is I, Amber Temptation, the Mad Mage of Les Parfums d'Argent."
I hear this battle cry, and I'm gonna turn and just be like,
Holy shit, I'm in love.
And you see sort of broken bottles around her foot. She has drank someone roll me d6 real fast.
5.
There are 5 empty perfume bottles at her feet, and just in what you can see of her eyes, she looks drunk.
Oh.
She lifts a hand, and she's like, "I don't want to have to, but I will fireball you."
Did she pull out another bottle with a cloth in the end?
No, she has lifted a hand as if to cast a spell.
Great. I don't think anybody here needs to get too upset. I understand that you're an angry magic caster of what you work
A
here.
powerful wizard, the Mad Mage of Les Parfums d'Argent.
I obviously work here also. Can't you smell me?
And she sniffs, like, "You don't pass the sniff test."
Okay. And I just pick up another bottle off the counter and just like douse it on myself.
Um,
Oh no.
Tony, give me a defensive roll. As you see Amber Temptation leap from the counter.
That's gonna be a 16 all day.
Yeah. You are. She isn't going to deal damage to you. Tell me what it looks like when she impacts you, though.
Yeah, I think this is like we see like the shining bloodshot eyes of this crazed mad mage as they like leap through the air. We see like the speed lines of like an anime of them like flying through the air towards me. We see like me bracing, and then all of a sudden like they just hit my arm and like hang there for a second and then like fall to the ground, like and start like kicking and rolling around, trying to get back up.
Hands on you for a second. She's like holding on for dear life before she falls. And she does yell, "Burning hands!" You do not feel anything before she falls. Hey everyone, this is what happens if you roll a 20 on an encounter check.
I love her.
Hey, you wrote this one, Sarah.
I know. I love her so much. Glyph is going to run towards her and go, "My lady!" Is going to try and help her up.
Yeah, she allows herself to be helped here. And she looks up and she's like, "Are you the evil thieves?"
No, definitely not. Definitely not thieves.
Daisy hired us
from the night shift.
Gears turning in her head. She does not know who this is.
The night manager
hired us. She doesn't want you to know she doesn't know who this is. It's like Daisy, that Daisy, night manager.
Yeah, she said that there's some disturbances keeping people from being able to work here, so we're just here to sort that out.
I shall help.
Excellent. Where do people work at night? She didn't give us all. She just said to come in the back door.
Interesting. I believe I heard footsteps in the event hall. Let's look for our co-workers.
I guess we go back to the event hall.
Glyph is writing love poetry in his mind to this woman. Glyph is beside himself.
This is what you call character bleed right now.
Smitten. Just overcome.
Yeah, you're overcome with emotion. I'm not going to stop that. She leads you back through the event hall. The mouth says the same thing because nobody's scent has... Oh, Tony, your scent changed. What is it now?
I'd be muddled, I'm sure, because I just doused random shit on me.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely muddled. As you enter the room, it announces that it's looking for an employee again. She takes you past the event hall and towards the break room. I'm
just going to eat a coffee bean just so we clarify. Does that do it? Is the coffee bean? I eat a coffee bean. I don't know if it does anything.
Yeah, give me a D10.
Fucking shit. That's a 9.
You eat a coffee bean. It was, in fact, non-magical. It's just a coffee bean.
I mean, I don't know
roasted
that.
Well.
I don't know that. I'm assuming I don't smell like anything now.
Yeah. You do gain a coffee bottom note, which would muddle you if you were not already muddled. Yeah, she takes you towards the break room. She's like, "So here's where the employees meet." See her looking around. It is still dark as hell in this room. And you see she's sort of walking just ahead of you, and you hear her collide with a table in the center of the room. Like, found the table. We should wait here.
When we were in here before and room lit up, we heard steps. Were they coming from like the?
We're in the break room now.
Yeah, so you heard them coming.
Okay.
In the event hall. It sounded like the footsteps left. She's followed them to the break room.
Okay.
And like sort of in a moment of quiet when you're still listening, you can hear it looks like the footsteps have moved upstairs. And there is another stairwell back here.
Yeah, I think I would move to the stairs, and I'm gonna look at Onaji and say,
I mean, I'm pretty sure we're just gonna go up these stairs unless there's something you want to do down here.
Yeah, let's go up. Let's explore more.
Okay, excellent.
Mhm.
After you, milady.
She's like, of course, after me. It's my job to protect this place. She very angrily steps up the staircase.
I swoon.
She heads upstairs. This is just a big wooden hallway where you are. You all can hear sort of people moving around a few rooms up here. But you are up by that northern stairwell on the map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all powerful, all beautiful mage and protector of this establishment. Do you happen to know where Lady Ambergrist's husband frequented here?
She's quiet for a minute. She's like, yes. Follow me. And
I do that.
Lead you. If you all don't stop her, she's going to lead you to the warehouse.
Yeah, absolutely. I trust her with my heart and soul.
Cool. Yeah, she leads you to the warehouse. It's another like very old. It's a very dusty room. And the floorboards sort of creak as you enter. Someone roll me 2d4 real fast.
That's a 3 and a 1.
Cool. So 4. Yeah, you can hear there are a number of people. You can assume 4 because that's what you rolled probably. But, you can hear there's a number of people working in this very
Any
dark room.
number.
It could be any number, but it's probably 4.
But it's most likely 4.
And it's
can-
dark in here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you hear people sound like you hear perfume bottles like softly being picked up and like sort of like glass tapping as they get moved from shelf to shelf in here.
Do I if I pull out my gem-studded sword, does it catch any light or does it glow in the presence of evil?
It does not.
Okay.
Damn. Motherfucker brought Sting. What the shit?
Oh no, let's be very clear. It is a fake gem-studded stage prop that I'm just very excited about.
Yeah, so you're in this quiet little warehouse, and you can hear the people toiling away in the back.
Yeah, we're new hires. We
Amber's like, I got this. Hey, hey, other employees. And you see she goes tearing into the room. Someone make me a luck check real fast.
That is a 4.
On a 4, she is not going to trip and knock over a shelf.
Oh, thank God.
um,
My queen.
She gets over there, and you hear she like, you see her go in there, and she's like, "Hey, I need," and you hear her going towards where the sound is, and you hear like a hand touch somebody's shoulder, and then she goes, "Hey, what the fuck?" And you hear her start shrieking.
Hands off, you fiend!
And I'm gonna go in there. Listen, we're getting into it. I'm gonna take the little robe that's en route. I'm gonna rip it off so we can see what's going on in this room.
Hell yeah, you are.
I'm literally flashing them.
and just to clarify, something interesting because I'm curious because it's going to matter in a second, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I guess we're flipping Rune up. Are we playing? We're playing hard mode.
I have been mixing easy and hard mode things throughout.
Okay, you have been.
Yes.
Just to see how they feel. That's fine. I have noticed that we are playing hard mode when it comes to sense. I think.
Yeah, we've been playing hard mode when it comes to sense because I think it's more interesting for the
I
stream.
like it. I'm not. Yeah, and so but essentially, if you back this game, there are 2 modes of play.
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't mention that.
Skill of your players, and yeah, it's cool. Okay, fine. There's now light though, so it's not. We're not gonna have to deal with darkness combat rules.
No, you're not gonna have to deal with darkness combat, which is great for you, because you all look up and there are 4 skeletons in this room, each with a bottle of perfume in one hand, and Amber with like one hand on the skeleton's ribs, just shrieking.
I punch one.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
let's move to combat.
I'm just gonna go ahead and open with a devastating blow. Unless we can roll initiative, but if you want us to first.
Yeah. How does initiative work? I don't remember.
We roll a d6.
I feel like we got the jump on these guys. I don't.
Okay, they didn't expect us to run up on them and jump them in the face necessarily.
Yeah. I'm gonna quickly design a skeleton.
You're gonna draw a skeleton right now?
Yeah. Yeah, you devastating blow skeleton. What sort of damage does
It
devastating?
only does 1 damage, but it cracks open any armor. Essentially, it breaks the thing that I'm punching.
Okay, yeah, you punch a skeleton real good. Like, you see it breaks a rib, but it is still staring down at you. Or I guess staring up at you. If I remember, you're very tall.
I'm very tall. I'm a big
Yeah.
beefy boy.
It's staring up at you. What are the other two of you doing?
And I look over at the other two and say, "They're skeletons."
I'm also gonna start swinging. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go use my improvised weapon. So I pull out my spyglass
Hell
and I just like those 3D printed swords. I whip it out
Mhm.
like that, and I just
Hell
like
yeah.
aim for one's head.
yeah, give me a cobbled roll. You're gonna roll a d20, and you're gonna add any levels in cobbled you have to it.
So I roll. Yeah, I have 1 level in cobbled, and I rolled an 18.
Cool. Yes, that'll be a 19. Yeah, you hit the skeleton for 1 day. Are you going for the same skeleton Tony went for, or a different one?
Oh, no, a different one.
Cool.
Mhm.
You crack a skeleton. Sarah.
Yay!
Hell yeah.
Do I
He is
do I
still
get to
up.
loot it after? It's still up.
He's
Okay.
still up.
Sorry, I have an idea.
Oh,
I'm
God.
gonna look at
Enough ideas.
any ideas. Yes, I'm very funny. I'm gonna look at one of the skeletons that has not been injured, and I'm going to use my ability Arcane Word. Speaking, it deals the level of damage that I have in Bookish, which would be 3. And I'm gonna look.
What's the
At-
word you say?
Stupid. I think it's funny.
Yabba, never do.
The skeleton looks at you and goes, "I don't get it," and then it disintegrates.
Yeah, it's very good.
You did kill that skeleton.
Yeah, I did.
Cool. Back to the top of the round. It is the skeletons. Tony and Johnny, both of you, actually all 3 of you, just give me a defensive roll. That is going to be your
Townie, right?
right?
Townie.
Yes, it's going to be your Townie.
D20 plus any Townie.
This is crazy. I rolled a
D20?
19.
Mhm.
And that's a 1, baby.
I got a 4.
Okay.
Huh.
And Sarah, you got a 20?
I got a 19.
Okay, cool. Sarah, you're able to dodge out of the way. The other 2 of you are both going to take 1 hit.
Ow.
Ooh.
Perfect. We are back to it is Amber Temptation's turn. She is going to take a step back and yell, "Fireball!" You see her wave her arms at a skeleton, and nothing happens. It is your turn again.
I want to try to just slam my skeleton into the skeleton that Onaji hit.
Yeah, that's great. That feels like a cobbled roll to me.
That does to me also too.
I'll say let's just set this difficulty ahead of time. I will
Yeah,
say on
It does feel like it should be harder.
Yeah, I'll say on a 12 you'll still deal damage to your skeleton. You won't deal damage to Onaji's. I'll say on a 16 you can hit both of them.
Well, that is what is 11 plus 3, so that is
14.
only 14.
Cool. So you can still deal damage to your skeleton. It will die on the way.
Excellent.
You do kill your skeleton though.
Excellent.
The other 2 of you, what are we up to?
I want to know what Onaji does first.
So my skeleton's still up.
Mhm.
How far am I from the skeleton?
He just took a swing at you with his little skeleton hands. So arms reach.
Spyglass length.
Can I still use my spyglass to hit him another time?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, so I hit him on the shin,
Cool. Yeah, give me another cobbled roll.
and that's an 8.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you're gonna swing your
Plus
spike.
1.
8 plus 1.
Oh, plus 1.
It's a 9.
It's
Not
9.
gonna make a difference. But, yeah, you swing your spyglass down at this guy's shin, and it gets like an arm down and catches it. So you're not gonna deal any damage to it. But we are to Sarah.
And it's how many skellies do we still have left?
You still have the one Johnny's been fighting, and then there's one untouched skeleton who tried to hit you. That missed.
Yeah, I'm gonna go after that one.
Okay.
But I am just gonna use another charge of arcane word and say
Cowabunga.
That one's not funny either. And he also disintegrates. We are back to the skeleton. It is just the one skeleton. And it looks at the three of you, and it is going to run for Amber Temptation. And I'm gonna roll for the skeleton real fast. The skeleton runs for Amber Temptation and just punches her in the face. It is brutal. Amber Temptation is down.
like down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stab this motherfucker. I'm gonna throw my body at him.
give me an attack roll.
I love forgetting I can just say something and he dies. Dude, I will bodily destroy you.
Give me a cobbled roll, Sarah.
Oh gosh, it is not good. 11.
Plus anything?
No.
No. It has a foot on Amber Temptation's head. It is squishing her into the ground. And it
I'm
just
just like-
catches you with one hand.
And I'm just like flailing. My love.
She's on the ground. Just don't forget about the mad rage of Le Perfume d'Argile.
Y'all motherfuckers can't let my woman die.
What are the other two of you up to?
I'm gonna try to grab it I'm gonna grab it around its spinal cord and just try to like toss it.
Yeah, give me another cobbled.
What was that? It's a 3. My finger gets pinched inside of its spinal column when it's.
Yeah, it's suddenly just the most threatening skeleton known to man. It has one of you under its feet. It's like football style, holding one off. It dodges your grab of its spine. Johnny, you're our only hope.
Oh my god.
Telescope is
there
our last
anything-
resort.
Since the other skeletons dropped, they were holding like bottles of perfume, right?
Yeah.
So did those drop to the ground?
Yeah.
Can I pick one up and just lob it at it?
Absolutely. Give me a cobbled roll real quick.
Okay. Oh, that's a 20.
Hell
Plus
yeah.
This perfume bottle perfectly flies through the air, cracks the skeleton in the head, and it disintegrates.
Nice.
Amber Temptation's laying on the ground, covered in skeletal dust. She's like, "The light. Should I go towards it?"
No.
And you
And
see
I'm
her
gonna-
like reaching a hand up. She's reaching a hand towards
Rune.
Rune.
Did anyone take any healing abilities?
I did.
Okay.
Can I stitch her up?
You can.
Yes.
I'll go and heal her up. I'll use Stitch.
Amber Temptation's really convinced she's about to die. You do manage to bring her back.
It doesn't stop her dying.
Yeah, she does reach a hand out and she touches Rune with it. She's like, "Oh, I didn't expect the light to be so solid."
He's been working out.
She sort of stands up and she looks around and she's like, "We did it! My fireball worked!"
Yes. Absolutely it did.
Also, you have the light on in this room right now too. So as you're looking around the warehouse, let me give you a little more. Yeah, so there are a bunch of perfumes in here. These look like the normal non-magical perfumes you saw downstairs earlier. But there is also a closet in the corner of the room.
I want to open that closet.
Yeah, what's your scent?
Nothing, unless I got splashed by perfumes, but I don't know.
Yeah, I
Like-
don't think so. Yeah, you you go to the closet and like try to open it, and it is locked.
I'm gonna use one of my charges of rune.
Hey, little guy. You know, do that thing you do.
Yeah, and I'll say as Rune reaches up to unlock this door, he also stops glowing. I'm not going to give you
Okay,
an
yeah,
endless
that's
light
fair.
source.
That's fair. That's
Um,
absolutely fair.
Yeah, he opens up the door. It pops open, and it is just a little dusty closet. And as you're sort of feeling around in the dark here, you do feel what feels like a big, sort of like spinal column, but it's like wand-sized about.
Oh, I'm taking that shit for sure.
Yeah. Put skeletal wand in your inventory.
Awesome. I'm gonna turn around and look at everybody and be like,
Sorry, Rune's not feeling so bright right now. But I found some bones in there, I think.
It's like a bone room.
Just the one.
It's just a solitary, so like more like a boner room.
Or a bonus room.
Ooh, I like that. That's really
Mm.
good. That's really nice.
And you see, as you all are having this talk, you hear Amber walk towards the door, and she's like, "So I don't think the other employee are the other employees evil."
Well, you know what? Yeah, because these would be scabs.
Evil scabs.
Yeah.
You can almost hear like her hair on her, like running up on her robe as she like nods her head very furiously at that. Like the scabs, yes.
Yeah. I mean, if they're not evil. They're certainly selfish and don't give a shit about their community. So, you know.
She sort of shakes her head and she's like, "Wait, are we scabs?"
No.
I wait for my like compatriots to like also say no, and I go like there's a moment of like shit.
Well, the hard thing is we did tell her we worked here. that would like if you could see the face of Perfidious, you would realize he's being torn between, do I stay true to this role in which I am absolutely playing as Scab, or do I break character to let the and you just like see it like, and he goes, "I'm a Scab."
We're scabs.
He's
they're
not proud of it, but he's honest about it.
You're getting in this moment. She is like, scabs are that thing that happens when you get an injury, and she's like, we're scabs, but the good kind.
Yeah, you can't heal without a scab
Yes.
or something.
She sort of turns back to you, and she's like, should we? What are we doing here, guys?
We're looking for a ghost.
Right, ghost. Evil
Poltergeist.
scab ghost. And she just walks out into the hallway again.
Yeah.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
so we've been in the warehouse. We've defeated some weird skeleton things.
Mm-hmm.
We have been in the break room, which we didn't really do anything in.
We've been in every room downstairs.
Have we?
Yeah, because I went through the library and the storage.
That's fine. I'm not actually looking at the map, so I was just making
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And we're on the second floor now.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we start just booking through rooms.
Mhm.
Yeah, as you all sort of feel your way through the hallway here, you can feel there are, sort of as you go down this hallway, there are 4 doors. There's one back behind you, sort of near the staircase, and then as you go down the hallway, there's 2 on your left and 1 on your right.
I mean, I think logically we're probably working our way.
Like clockwise.
Yeah.
Okay.
from out of the
Mhm.
warehouse.
Cool. Let me hop to that room real fast because I think it's locked. Yeah. As we approach that door, everyone remind me what your scents currently are.
Muddled.
Nothing.
Rose.
Cool. Yeah. As you all sort of touch that door, the door is locked.
I eat a bean.
Yeah. Give me a D10 roll.
I'm like, this should have worked. 8.
It's just a coffee bean.
The best thing is if I don't remember if the mechanic is just have them roll a d10, it's a coffee bean. Is that it?
It's I will tell you all above the table here. It is on a 10. It is a magical coffee bean.
Okay.
On a 1 through 9, it is a normal coffee bean.
And then I spray myself down with a special scent and I try again, and it doesn't work because I'm still muddled.
Yeah.
And I go, shit, I eat the last bean, and it's a 2.
Okay, cool. Yeah, nothing.
I'm gonna use
All
little
my
homeboy.
magic coffee bean.
Homeboy's last little charge. I'm gonna say,
You're doing good work today, Roan. Do your thing.
He's gonna open this door as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. He opens the door. And you can feel sort of as you come in. This is a more cramped rooms than the other ones you've been in. And as you run your hands over things, actually, let's roll another encounter. Random encounter. Someone roll me a d20 real quick.
a 16.
A 16. On a 16, nothing happens, which is probably good. Cool. Back to special stock. Yeah. So you're able to feel around. There are a number of like glass cases and stuff across this room, and you can feel like some fine gold like gilding on things. It feels like this is a special room that probably has a like this is probably where they bring like more special customers, but this room is also trapped if lockpicked. So as you all enter this room, like start feeling around, you can hear a mouth on the wall starts calling for people.
Like, we need an employee, or like, hey, there's
Hey,
it is
Jimmy, get over here.
yeah, it is a like intruder in the stock room. Intruder in the stock room.
I'm gonna spray the perfume I have in its mouth. The lavender citrus one.
Yeah, it keeps yelling.
Um,
Can I flick a coffee bean in the mouth?
Yeah, give me a d10. Roll.
Okay. That's a 9.
Okay, cool. It was just also a normal coffee bean. So it is yelling at, and you can hear crunches between things. It's like, intruder in the break room, in the special stock room.
I'm gonna jump up and punch. Actually, I'm tall boy. I'm gonna punch the mouth.
Yeah, give me
using devastating blow.
Okay, cool. Don't even give me a roll. Yeah, it goes, oh! And you feel it like push back into the wall. You punch it so hard.
oh,
I don't know. I don't know how long that's gonna buy us.
Yeah, you all
is
can
there
hear a number of footprints coming from down the hall.
are there any special glowy bottles that I can see immediately?
Mhm.
Dun, dun, dun. Sarah, give me a luck roll real fast.
That's a 5.
Cool. There is. You can see. There is a softly glowing bottle, and as you run over to look at it, there is a note on the bottle that is probably of note only to you. And it is just the mayor's daughter's name. It just says like for whatever her name was. And you recognize that as the woman you accidentally sacrificed.
Yeah, I'm for sure gonna pocket that shit.
Cool. Write for me invisible desire on your inventory. Because you do get her magical perfume.
Excellent.
Cool. And you all are heading out?
Yeah. Speaking of magical perfumes, I know we spritzed down Johnny Onaji with the Leod Benit.
Oh, with Benit?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Did we? Yeah, we said we were gonna do it. I don't know that we fictionally established when it happened.
Okay.
And maybe, yeah. But we were gonna do that, I believe.
Yeah, it does not, as you spray it on him, have a magical effect in that way.
Okay.
It does something different. It just feels like cool water when it hits your skin, but you will gain the amber scented top note and a balsamic scented bottom note. If that gives you 2 notes in either top or bottom, your scent will instead just become muddled.
Oh no, I've muddled you. I'm sorry.
Oh no. Okay. Muddled on both.
We got to
Oh,
fucking
just
get
muddled in
unmuddled.
general.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and as you head out of the stockroom, where are we going?
I want to go back to the break room.
Okay, yeah, you all
and
head back down the stairs.
I'm gonna. Oh wait, no, fuck. He's not glowing. He's not glowing anymore because we used
No.
the
Rune's really tired right now. Okay, it's been a big day for my little guy.
Is there any source of light in the break room?
Yeah, you're heading back down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not the break room's still really dark. But you can see there is something softly glowing in the center of the table that probably just got missed because you were paying too much attention to the Mad Mage earlier.
I go check it out.
Yeah, you pick up roll me 2d6 real fast.
2d6?
Mm-hmm.
6.
Wow.
No, sorry, 2-6.
Oh,
No,
2-6. Okay.
I was like doing Pikachu, I choose you with the d6 though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see there are 8 flakons labeled bad customers in the center of the room, and as you go to pick one up, give me, what are we gonna call this? What would have Mystic? Oh, Mystic would have been bookish, right?
Bookish.
Well, give me a bookish roll real quick.
Oh yeah, it's my best stat. We've very much established my character as a bookish type. It's a 9 all day.
Cool. Yeah, you're gonna take 1 damage as you pick this up. And you can feel, it sounds like someone is screaming, but you know it is only in your head.
I think I drop it.
Yeah, you drop it. You gain a cinnamon scented bottom note as you do. This is going to work above muddled though.
Above muddled.
Mm-hmm.
So I now just have a cinnamon scented bottom note.
So you are muddled top note, cinnamon bottom note is
Cinnamon
how I
bottom.
would roll on that.
Classic me. Muddled on the top, cinnamon on the bottom.
Yeah. And as you do that, you see a screaming face sort of jump through, just like briefly in the air as the cinnamon like runs past you.
Interesting.
I'm gonna roll a thing real fast. This is gonna trigger a different thing.
I'm gonna scoop the other 7 into my smock.
Yeah.
Making as little contact with them as I can.
Yeah, I'll let you do that. No worries. You're able to pull those into your smock.
I want to pick up the one that he dropped.
It is broken.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you want to pick up the glass shards, you can. But I will
No.
say,
If you just want one of them out of my smock, I didn't put them in a pocket. This is me.
Yeah.
The whole smock bit again.
Yeah, but I just want to see like what the heck is this? And I'm gonna reach and grab one.
yeah, give me a bookish roll.
Hell yeah.
Sarah's like, I'm good at that shit.
14.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can hear the thing screaming in your mind. But as you look at the bottle, it like sort of softly glows red. You see like a face bubble up in the liquid for a second and then disappear.
And they were labeled with bad customers?
They were labeled bad customers.
Think about the fact that I could have ended up in a bottle earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we should liberate them, but maybe they'll be useful later. I don't know.
As you all are talking about this, the room sort of begins to take on another scent of that bergamot and wet wood scent you smelled earlier. What does the scent remind you of, and why were you hoping to forget them? Is the question. So I will let any of you take that one.
I think it would be great. Johnny, do you want to take this one? I think we've both had ones.
Sorry, what was the question again?
Yeah, what does the scent, the bergamot and wetwood, what does it remind you of, and why were you hoping to forget them?
I think Onaji, the scent reminds him of the murderer that escaped earlier on,
Yeah.
and it's just a really bad experience that he wants to forget.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you sort of you know something paranormal is happening in this room when you smell it. But all you can think about is this murder.
Is there a direction the smell is stronger in?
No. It is sort of omnipresent and it is there for a moment and then it is gone. It is completely gone. You can just smell the cinnamon of the broken bottle still.
Are there cupboards in the break room that we
Yeah.
can rummage through?
You can absolutely
I kinda
rummage
wanna-
through some cupboards. I even have what's in them written down. Yeah, there's a few cupboards. There's an ice box in the back of the room, and as you dig through it, there is a just real moldy thing of cheese in one of the fridges. It's been
Yes,
seemingly ignored.
I kind
for
of
a
want to
number
get
of
that.
months. You
Okay.
see, there is some old stinky meat of unknown origin in one of the fridges, and then you sort of push those to the side, and you see way at the back of the fridge. Someone give me a D10 roll real fast.
5.
Cool. There are 5 bottles of fine human champagne.
For fine humans or
Fine
Is it
humans.
for fine humans? Is it a fine champagne of human origin? Is it a fine champagne made by
Tony left.
Yeah,
Tony doesn't even
Tony's
want to
gone.
talk about it anymore.
You know, we'll wait for Tony for a second, and if he doesn't
Yeah.
come back, we'll go on a second break.
Yeah.
Because there he is.
Hey.
you getting signed out of everything suddenly? Hold on.
Cool. Yeah, it's unclear if this is champagne for fine humans, if this is champagne made of fine humans, or if this is champagne made by a human that is fine. The same way it might be like a fine dwarven champagne.
Okay.
But you would know these are vaguely expensive bottles.
I don't have any more
Can
room.
we open one?
I don't have any more
Oh,
room in my smock.
You can absolutely open one.
Let's open one and sniff it.
It smells like champagne.
Okay.
It does
Does
what it says on the tin.
Thanks,
I offer it-
champagne.
I offer it to Amber.
Oh yeah, Amber's still here, isn't she? Yeah, Amber's
All
like,
right.
oh, thanks,
Mhm.
I haven't had a drink tonight. You know she's lying when she downs the whole bottle. Just head back, whole bottle of champagne.
I think she is the
Perfect.
visage of grace and beauty.
Yeah, she is clearly unsteady on her feet, which you know because she keeps reaching out and like touching you to like keep her grip.
Yeah, I'm absolutely there for her in this moment.
Are the steps still coming?
You can hear they are upstairs still. It does not sound like they are coming downstairs.
We've explored everything downstairs.
You've explored everything downstairs during the day. I will say things are different at night.
Shh.
The
I'm
GM will say that.
I'm gonna make my way to the back porch to clear my scent.
Yeah, I'm gonna just make a quick roll for another encounter.
Yep.
It's occurred to me I can just roll these quickly. Cool. Where did encounter rolls go? Random counters. Cool. Gonna get another paranormal encounter. You've had 2 so far. A roll. As you head through the event hall to head back towards that back porch, there is a like strong scent of wood and wet wood and bergamot again, and you see a spirit like corporealize in front of you. He is glowing softly.
I don't even
green.
wait. I throw one of the bad customers at him.
give me a fucking yeah. Give me a cobbled roll.
If you want this to be a bookish roll to see if this has any effect, I'm also down with that. I don't know what this is gonna do. So like,
I do, no worries.
okay.
This is a specific item.
That is 13.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you see it flies straight through his body. And he is like glowing green. The room has taken on like a greenish hue. You hear Amber Temptation behind you yelling, "Oh God, he's here! Oh God, he's here!" And you see he looks you, Tony, dead in the eye. I rolled a 20 on this encounter check, which is bad news. You see he looks you dead in the eye, and he pulls a ghostly sword out of his bag. Sort of, I guess, out of hammer space. It just sort of appears in his hand.
Fuck, it's on. Watch, I let go. I do drop a ton of bad customers on the ground now. I let my smock drop.
The room smells very strongly of cinnamon.
And you watch me, as dramatically as I have ever done anything, slowly draw the gemmed sword from its spot in my and then I draw the horse shit out in my other hand also too.
Perfect.
And I prepare for this showdown.
Yeah, he looks to Onaji and Glyph and says, "Draw steel."
I flip them double birds.
I just whip out my instrument and start singing.
Whoa.
Right.
Incredible. Tony, I feel like we got the jump on this guy because you threw perfume at him before he could get going. Do the two of you want to do anything before his turn?
No, because I'm being dramatic here. So I mean, if somebody else wants to, that's great.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I am saying you missed with an attack roll for your turn.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Got you.
I think that guy said swords didn't work.
He did in fact say swords didn't work.
Whoa. He didn't have this sword.
That's true. You right. When you write, you write. I want to I guess try to intimidate this guy. I think like he's this big glowy scary like dude. I think my response would be like, "Oh yeah," and like be scarier. That's what I want to do.
Stand up on top of Rune.
Yeah.
Yeah. I stand to my full height.
I'm looking at what our stats here are. Sarah, will you roll cobbled for me to sort of show your physical influence here?
Well, I'm really trying to show my mental prowess, but okay.
Okay, you're trying to. How does this show your mental prowess to you?
I wanna look like my most calculating, like cool. Like I am unfazed by this person.
The coldness in your eyes.
And just the slow flipping off of the birds.
Sure. Roll me I'm gonna give you this at a -2.
Okay, that's fine. So 16 minus 2 is 14 plus 3.
Oh, 17. He looks a little shaken. It does not look like it is enough to stop him.
No, but he knows, and I know.
You get the feeling he's going after you last.
Yeah, which is good because I have 2 hit points.
Onaji, what are you up to?
So I don't know if I have anything that can hit it because swords don't work on it. So probably
I'm going to tell you as the GM, you do have a thing that can hit him. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
It's cocaine.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wait, no, you don't.
Let's reserve that.
Sorry, Tony does. I'm looking at the wrong.
Okay, so I just want to like play around with my scent a little bit more. So the moldy cheese that I had earlier that I pocketed from the icebox, I just want to smear it all over myself.
Okay.
And I don't know if that does something to muddle.
To you. It does do something. I need you to roll a 10. A D10 for me, real fast.
Okay. That's a 6.
Okay, cool. It's just moldy cheese. It does not do anything right now. On a 10, it did do something.
Oh no. Okay. So I'm just covered in cheese.
You're covered in moldy cheese. Yeah, it's the big ghost. Prof, he is coming towards you.
It's all I've ever wanted.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a defensive roll. Give me a townie roll.
I am got a townie roll of That's gonna be a 10 straight up.
Yeah, cool. You see his sort of ghostly sword dig through a shoulder blade of yours. You're going to take
Cool.
2 hits off this.
I'm gonna go ahead and stone face that down to 1.
Okay.
I was expecting more, but I'll still do it because I do that. So this is gonna reduce the damage down to 1. Because I am also at 3 now at 3 health.
Okay.
Here's what I want to try.
Yeah.
Because that was his action.
That was
right?
his action.
The sword is in me.
Yeah, it is through your shoulder right now.
I'm gonna give my most dramatic and like lean into it. Can I try to filch his ghost sword?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Now, here's the deal. Something succeeding can mean a lot of things automatically. And if that is you absolutely know you cannot grab this sword because it's a ghost sword, I'm okay with that. Because filches snatch or replace an item quickly in plain view. So I basically want to lean in and pretend like take the sword, use stone face to like ham it up, and then try to steal his ghost sword while it's corporeal.
Yeah, no, it's a cool idea. Let's give me a luck roll first, and we'll say on a 4 through 6, I'll let this happen, and on a 1 through 3, we can do something else.
Can I, if I sacrifice, because I'm pretty sure I know what the actual thing now translates to after having used it.
Yeah.
If he accidentally stabbed into the good water. If I sacrifice that, can I get an uppy on that?
I'll say if you're willing to sacrifice that bottle of perfume, I'll give it to you.
Okay, yeah, I think he stabs into the perfume, and I don't know that I know that, but I think that's what happens fictionally. Like I don't think
that is a
proper
great
does
call out.
that.
I'm happy for that. He stabs through le benit, the good water. It is in fact just holy water.
God bless.
Literally.
Yeah. You see his sword goes through it, and he becomes I was about to say you become corporeal. He becomes corporeal. His sword becomes corporeal, and you're able to grab it using filch.
Sweet. And I think if I can for filch here, then the flavor I actually want is like that I've swapped our swords.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. You somehow it's unclear to the onlookers, but Tony, you currently have a gilded and gemmed sword through your shoulder, and you're holding a ghost sword in your hand.
Excellent. Well, that's my turn. I did a lot on it, but that
was a good use of abilities.
Yeah.
The other 2 of you can.
That was the most down we go shit I think I've ever done.
It really is. That felt good. You can see Lord Drakkar here. Hey, I said his name. Lord Drakkar seems corporeal. You get the feeling you could probably hit him now.
I'm going to do that. I'm gonna pull out my curvy bodacious knife.
I forgot about the bodacious knife. You pull out a nude woman with hard tits.
And she is looking fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and give me that cobbled roll.
That's an 18.
Yeah, on an 18 you hit. He's gonna take an amount of damage.
Excellent. The way I picture that is I stab him in the calf, like trying to go for his little Achilles tendon.
Yeah. He lets out a shriek that lets you know it has been a while since he has been hit.
Yeah. Gotcha now, you son of a bitch.
Oh, Neji, what are we up to?
Do I see something heavy around me, like a candlelight, candle holder or something like that?
Yeah,
or like
we called out these lanterns previously. You get the feeling you could like rip like cast iron sconce off the wall.
Yeah, there also is a giant chandelier above us.
There's also a giant
all
chandelier.
right.
Just destroy this place on the way.
Get him, Phantom of the Opera style.
Now I know Agatha Phantom of the Opera, Sarah.
Spoiler.
Oh my gosh, how do I drop that? I just probably rip off one of those sconces,
Yeah.
and then hit it with it. Hit him with it.
And
Mhm.
I didn't catch that earlier. That's your ability improvised weapon, right?
All right. I don't think I used it already in the previous fight.
You know what?
Or-
I made you roll for it because I didn't know it was an ability previously, so I'm gonna give it to you free this time.
Okay.
I will just let it deal damage this time. So you rip a sconce off a wall and hit him with it. And he lets out another shriek. It is his turn now, though, and I think he can see the way this battle is going, and he's not happy about it. So I think what he's going to do actually is you see he sort of jumps towards the sky. And you can see he's going to start floating. Tony, real fast, give me a sinuous roll.
That's not good. It would have been funnier if he had run towards a wall and just slammed into it. That's a 19. I don't know if that's good for us or
That's
good for
you.
him.
That's good for you.
Okay.
Yeah, he you see he leaps. He's going to try to flee through the ceiling. And as he does, Tony, you hit the ceiling. The sword's still in hand, though. But you're able to get it through him. But he's not going anywhere.
Okay.
For better or worse, this man has to fight you.
Cool. That's great.
He wastes his whole action doing that. So
Great. How high is the ceiling?
oh, like 10 feet.
Okay, so he's only him floating up is like I'm still looking at his stomach.
Yeah.
Cool. Then I take his sword and I stab him with it.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a cobbled roll. I'm gonna give you a +1 for using this magical sword.
Excellent. All right, that is a 17.
Yep, that'll do it.
Do I get any additional damage?
You've been getting additional damage. I've just been marking the damage.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, with the +1 sword here, I'll give you +1 damage. And because he's still doused with holy water, I've just been doing +1 on everything.
Gotcha.
Um,
Excellent. That was 3 damage. I'm a badass.
That was 3 damage, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sarah and Johnny.
How's he looking? Corporeal, but still
He's corporeal, but he's hurt.
okay.
If we were playing 1E, he would be bloodied, I think.
Okay. Johnny, do you want to go first?
Sure. I think I want to take off my hat and just fling it at his face
Yeah.
so that he's like blinded and
yeah.
confused.
Do you
Mhm.
want to use that as pressure points? Because I know you have an ability that'll do it.
All right. Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Let's do pressure point.
He is corporeal, so we will allow it to work. He
Mhm.
is
The classic odd job maneuver here.
yeah. You throw your hat at a ghost to paralyze it. That's textual, actually. Yeah, he is stuck here, Sarah. So for whatever you want to do.
I'm going to turn and look at him, and I'm going to point out one of my little hands and go showing, and cast Arcane Word to do 3 damage.
Yeah, he is looking like hurt at this point, and the best part is he can't move.
So he doesn't do anything on his turn.
He does not do anything on his turn. It is back to you 3. And he'll be able to move again on his turn again, but
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna hit him with the ghost sword.
yeah, roll for it.
That is with a +1. That's a 15.
It's a 15. Yeah, Tony, what does it look like as you kill Lord Drakkar?
I
can't believe you all beat the ghost during this, while somehow avoiding all of the dungeony parts. It's incredible.
we moved around the room a whole lot.
We did.
We
Here-
hid in the break
so
room.
The fun part is there's a lot we didn't touch in this, which makes me feel really good. I mean, like, it's good for a one shot to have had the experience we had.
Mhm.
It also doesn't show a lot of the other stuff that I think is really cool about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it after the game.
Yeah, what does it look like?
As
That's
you
interesting.
kill
He's-
Lord Drakkar with his own sword.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think at first he just like kind of like he's still floating in midair because he can't move. And
Yeah, he's just T-posing. It's
so it looks like all of a sudden I think a marionette that had its strings cut. Like Elapsed, and then like he like gently like floats down to the ground, and then starts to like evaporate. And I think like the moldy, maybe rotten smell of wood is replaced by like a really great like oak moss scent, like something a lot more pleasing with the bergamot, maybe a little hint of tea as he like starts to evaporate, and then all that's left is his skeleton and my gemmed sword and maybe the ghost sword. Who knows? That's a GM call.
You get to keep the ghost sword. It was in your hand when he dies, I feel.
Yeah, it's my sword now.
Yeah, he sort of vanishes. Here's the real question: does he leave behind goo? Does he leave behind vibes you can bring back to Daisy?
Oh, but the smell. I mean, like that was the smell. Like I think the smell is 100% the vibes.
Okay,
that he
cool.
leaves behind.
Yeah.
The smell was the vibes we found along the way.
Yeah. I will
maybe
say,
maybe that's the thing. Maybe all of our top and bottom notes are changed to that.
yeah, I feel like that's
bergamot and
bergamot and
moss.
wetwood.
Bergamot and
you
oak
said.
moss now. Yeah. A little bit of tea next to it as a middle note.
Yeah, you all gain this scent, and we're at like the 3-hour mark, so I feel like I feel like we will move into this closing down.
We solved your murder puzzle.
You all see him fall. You can see from the event hall, like out the back porch, and as you all are looking around, Amber Temptation's like, "Well, team, we did a good job. We killed the bad guy." And as she's giving you a thumbs up, you hear a shrieking from upstairs, like a deathly wail. But you won't figure out what it is unless you
No. Oh.
And then you can.
And then you can.
If you pay money, you can know all the things.
Yeah, that's gonna be the dungeon for now, though.
Yay! Very
Are we
fun.
doing a reaction roll?
Yeah, we're gonna do a reaction roll.
We're gonna do a reaction roll. Reaction roll is a live stream inside of a live stream. Sarah, do you know how to do this one? Wait, I should stop.
No, you do it so much better than me.
Let's do a reaction roll. Reaction roll is a live stream inside of a live stream. It's our chance to sit down with the creators of a game we just played, which in this case is Keegan and I, so it's kind of meta right now. Talk about the game we just played. In this case, that is Lost Phantosmia, which means the lost ghost smells is what that means. It is a adventure for your favorite old school scented RPG. It's statted primarily for Down We Go. We've got some stretch goals to make it more accessible for games like His Majesty the Worm and some Merkborgian stuff. But we'll have the basic conversion guide included, so you can play it with whatever system you like to. And it's coming to Kickstarter on February 11th. And we just played it. Now we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's weird if I start. Sarah,
let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
What was it like for you to play the game?
It was a lot of fun. I think the introduction of like the top note and bottom note and how that impacts your environment and like its response to you. It's less about like, I think it would mean that like this is very playable for like a long time. You know what I mean? And trying to like, I think oftentimes when you're playing like a game, you want to like min-max, but adding that layer of like smells makes it just exceedingly difficult to do because you have to try and figure out how the environment is going to respond to you. And like, there's not really like a good or right answer. You know what I mean? Because even like I didn't smell like anything, and that kind of didn't really help me a lot. Like maybe I didn't trigger some traps, but I also couldn't get into anything.
I will say actually, you not smelling like anything did cause you to trigger traps. The traps trigger on things not smelling a specific combination of top and bottom notes.
Yeah, and I love that because again, I think it adds to the hijinks and it adds to the like you can run this multiple times and it's going to be different. Mm-hmm. I love the idea that like there's just a group of people inside this perfume shop at night and only at night. Like I don't know, like would we have found the Mad Wizard during the day if we'd looked long enough? Like
so here's the things that are in the dungeon at night. You have the night shift people who are all the skeletons you fought. You have ghost hunters. You never encountered one on an encounter roll. And anytime you would have triggered them, you were already in a different encounter. So I did not pull them in, they're supposed to come in when you make a loud noise. The skeletons show up when you make a bright light. But every time you made a loud noise, you were already fighting somebody different.
And every time we
Amazing.
made a bright light, it was so we could see the skeletons.
Yeah, and you already had Amber Temptation with you, and it was like, I feel like it's sort of a hat on a hat to bring a third person into this.
Yeah, for sure. But I loved Amber. I like the idea that you like go in here and it is infinitely crazier than you kind of imagined that it would be. And like the fact that you're exploring it during the day like helps you somewhat, but definitely doesn't give you the full picture. So that makes it feel really fun and different. And then, I mean, I know that like these character like creations aren't necessarily a part of it, but they would be really fun to be able to bring different archetypes into the setting just to see what impact there would be.
They are actually.
That's pretty cool.
But like to like the Down We Go,
Yeah.
classes or something like that, where it's like
classic ones, yeah.
Yeah, just to like see how it would make the feeling different. I thought it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm not typically one for a dungeon crawl, but like in this case, I was like excited to see. Like I wasn't mad when a trap got triggered. I want to know what's gonna happen. What weird, smelly shit's gonna happen?
You were like, I break into the storage room during the daytime, and I had to be like, would that trap activate? Yes.
Right.
Yeah, love it. Did you have any questions you wanted to ask Keegan or I?
Ooh, yeah, I like what was the most difficult part of this to kind of like put together? Like I feel like when you're kind of coming up with an idea, you're putting different ingredients together. What was the one that was like the most difficult to kind of finish in your mind?
The whole thing. I am a bad dungeon writer historically, and I feel like I had to learn a lot. Which feels like such a Miss America answer. Like,
Yeah.
I want world peace.
Yeah, I mean, I can probably talk to that a little bit, not because I think Keegan did a great job structurally. There was a lot to pick up on.
Mhm.
Like, I think the big note that I came in with when I started digging into it in writing, which I asked Keegan if I could do before I did, was like, there's a lot of good stuff here, and it feels like there's an implied storyline. And I think one of the things for a dungeon that people don't think about is like, the players won't necessarily know the story of what happens with the space, and the characters won't. And if you're doing a total sandbox approach, like exploring big spaces, you can really let the narrative emerge. But when you go into a tight space like this, you, whether anyone will ever know it or not, have to define, hey, here is what happened to make all this stuff come to be, right? And I actually think that and drawing themes in are the two hardest parts of writing a dungeon that I always struggle with. Keegan had actually really hit a bunch of really solid themes. And so it was really just saying like, how do we pull a couple more things? And then what's that central through line? And that's kind of some of the stuff we're still putting the final pieces on.
Yeah.
Amusingly, because of the rooms we missed at, because we entered through the back door and we went up the back staircase and then went like the specific rooms we hit were the ones that did not have the dungeon story beats written into them.
Yeah.
So like there was this whole narrative of, and like it's the reason there's like the you hear a woman screaming when Drakkar died, is there is like a story of like what happened to this ghost, what happened to, like you picked up the thing with Lady Ambergris being, something else. Hey, she's a perfume lich. She is like a lich, the spirit is her husband, and you're like sort of reliving their memories of this space as you go through it. That just got completely missed, which was really funny. I'm not like mad at it, but
yeah, but I think as players we knew there was a thing. It's almost like I think there was a lot of things in the play of this that we had kind of hoped would work, and some of the new tech you threw in that I think are doing some real, like, they made me curious, which I'm taking over Sarah's turn now and I should stop talking, but they made me curious for like what's going to happen next, because I didn't know those parts. Like those are parts you're writing
on the bus ride home to jump on the stream and play the game. So.
Yeah. But I would say that, Sarah, like that through line that does like that we are taking the time to say we want players to learn this story, And I think the best parts of lore are when you can dig through and find this stuff,
Oh,
whether
yeah.
it's implied or not. And I think that's what a lot of people miss in a dungeon is they're just like, and even in Down We Go, it's kind of like you make that up as you play, like at the table. Like for a more, I think, direct dungeon, you want just a little bit more of that. Like not only what are the themes, but what is the through line? If
Yeah.
you want people to have a narrative experience or for it to make logical and cohesive sense.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, the only thing that was like that. What pulls all this together was the only thing that's really missing when I sat down with the text.
Yeah, I don't want to like do any spoilers, but I do want to talk through because you're saying, we've got a bunch of different things here. Can you give me like the 2 to 3 like that you feel like are the strongest here? Like if people are looking for a certain type of experience, what themes really shine in this particular dungeon?
I can.
Question. That feels like a Tony one.
The copy that I've been using are what is it? Lingering Sense, Lost Memories, and Class Warfare. And the Class Warfare it's the most evident and the least important to the central narrative. It's the result of the decline of other things, right? Which I think is really where a lot of that comes in. Like when things go wrong, that's when people start to seize for themselves, or the desire to seize for yourself causes things to go wrong. Like they are tied up with each other, but that's a result of things. And so I really loved the wage theft thing. Like I loved some of the other elements.
I had just gotten an email in real life about wage theft when I started writing this, and I was like, "Fuck you."
Every
Hey,
once in a
boss,
while,
if you're
because I have to
watching
talk
this-
about the sustainability of a small business, I do have to talk to employees about like how things could be perceived if we were dicks, and that we're not. But I do need them to be conscious of my ability to pay everyone without ever using that term, because it is good to say, how do we make things sustainable for everybody rather than just for you? Because those things should not be at odds with each other for employees and employers.
Yeah.
So that one is like very on the nose, but yeah, there is this love story, and there are a couple of love stories, only one that matters primarily, but another one that kind of started things.
I can't wait for you to see what I wrote because they do actually both matter now.
Do they both matter now? I'm so excited. I
They
can't
both
wait to
matter
get back
now.
to the text. They all do matter, but like, and then what's happening, with some of the other memory stuff and other things that we're doing, like we've got some good ideas for it that we haven't had the time to sit down and do it. I thought that I really loved that we got to play through all the phases of the day. And that felt like some really good additions that we had just put in, like what's
Literally
happening when you arrive outside
yesterday?
last night. Yeah. And so, some of that stuff to give it a little bit more of a living feel about what's happening. But yeah, so there's all that. There's a couple different unions that play. There's romances, and then the smell thing. And a big part of it is like scent and memory have such a close interplay with each other, and that was already all there when I showed up. So like a lot of it was just saying like, hey, here's the stuff I want to do to start kind of bringing these things. And Keegan's did a tremendous job of like writing more of that, while I've gone through and been like, oh, here's how we're gonna old school work some of these things out. It was fun to go to the greenhouse also too, because that was a thing we had just added.
Yeah, we added that yesterday.
We've been making notes and notes and notes, and we're like, we should sit down for an hour and write stuff, and we did, and got a lot of stuff accomplished. And so I'm super excited to see kind of how we tighten some of those things up, though. So maybe not tighten up, it just expand a little bit.
Oh yeah, and that kind of leads me to my next question, right? Obviously, this is on Kickstarter. We're trying to get folks to back it. What are some of the stuff that you're looking to add, like as add-ons or stretch goals for the Kickstarter?
You're asking my least favorite. No, we're staying very stretch goal light. So we have planned for a few extra appendixes, which is what we are talking about earlier with like, here's some Merkberg stat conversions. Here's some stuff for His Majesty the Worm. We're going to add the rules we played with today, through the streets.
I think to the streets is probably
streets.
Yeah. And so
I don't have it written down. To
yeah.
the streets is probably going to be a stretch goal. We have an extra character background that's a stretch goal. It's all pretty
Nice.
minor stuff.
Yeah.
Some stuff we are going to do. We've got some memories of things. So we're going to invite community members to share things they think could be memories of bad customers and other things like that will pop up and play. We'll edit and we'll already have a good grip of them, but having some other ones that people can kick in and people kind of make their mark on things. And really for digital stretch goals, just making those available. So if people want a list of D100 in the end that people have submitted, that's great. We are going to be doing some stretch levels. We do have a custom scent we're making because that is a thing I know how to do and do. So we'll have a solid perfume and cologne option that you can put on there.
You can match the game.
Hell yeah.
Oda Keegan, I think, is Keegan working out with a copy of the game
Yeah, I
strapped to their
will
body.
strap the game to my body. I'll work out, I'll sweat on it, and then I'll
you
send
get
it to you.
That good Keegan note in there. So we're doing some other fun stuff like that. Dr. Joseph Ascenda of musicology is gonna do a song that kind of moves through some of the different tones and notes. It'll be about an 8 to 12 minute loop of dungeon synth music to go in the background for play to help kind of create tone. My ultimate version of that would be different top and bottom notes that you could mix together to make essentially 9 different combinations.
That's
And I
hardcore.
would think he could do it given enough time, but there's no way we're paying him enough money probably
Yeah,
to warrant
absolutely.
him doing that. Not because we don't want to, just because it's a
Yeah.
Just because
Kickstarter
I would
project.
like to also be paid.
Yeah. And so it's all that Strega did the cover art, which turned out absolutely gorgeous.
I'm
Keegan's
gonna
doing a really cool
transition so
layout
you can see it
internally.
again, because the cover
Yeah.
art's really good.
Yeah, the whole thing's going to be super beautiful, wire bound, so it lays flat at the table, makes it easy to kind of work through the different pages, so you're not just Keegan going back and forth on their phone.
Yeah, I'm currently trying to flip through a poorly laid out Google Doc, which is largely my fault, and also my keep notes on my phone, which is at 5%.
Yeah, it also might. I think a good stretch goal might be though. I mean, Keegan could probably do this work. Seeing if we can have Mike Martins come in and actually do the digital tooling on the PDF, so that things connect and move around well. Also, too, or someone if not Mike.
I know
I don't
how
know.
to do that, but
You want to do all that stuff? Okay, that's fine. I didn't want to put it on your plate.
No, I got you. Yes.
Sweet. We're gonna do that also.
I
too.
can do it. Mike can do it. Someone will do it.
Someone will do it. So lots of good stuff. We're excited about that. But let's find out from the other member here, Johnny. What was it like? What was it like to play a game? Period.
Yeah, this is your first game.
Yes. Woo, that was so fun. Oh my gosh. I really didn't know what to expect, but it was such a good experience. I like the dungeon crawling aspect of it. So I've always been like a video game player, so that part was kind of like easy for me to dig into and to internalize. The top note and the bottom note aspect was also nice. There was one point I just really want to enter a room wearing different scents, and I could just go in and out just to like for the data gathering of things.
That's
So-
really what that event hall room with the mouth is for, so you can be like,
Right?
okay, it says, thank you, you're my manager, so I guess this is the manager scent.
That's right. So yeah, that was very interesting for me also. And the dungeon crawling and the looting part was something I feel like I kind of played it as I would a regular video game, but I felt like if I did it like that, I was like kind of limiting myself also to other options, especially when during combat and everything. So yeah, I was just like open to a lot of different possibilities also, and it was such a good experience.
Hell yeah.
Do you have any questions you want to ask?
None so far on the top of my head. I think you guys nailed it out with like the previous set. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Keegan, what was it like for you to run the game?
It was good. I felt good about it. It's always interesting, like when you write something, you're like, all right, time to run it. Let's see if it's good or bad.
Let's see if this shit works.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, there were definitely some like minor friction points that I'll be able to go back and fix later, but I think a lot of them were things we already knew we were going to change. Like the way encounter rules works right now did not feel easy to do, and some of that was flipping through the Google Doc.
Yeah.
On half of one screen of my computer. So
And we talked to us about this. We hinted about this a little bit. You've written the game with 2 modes, easy mode and hard mode, which I think easy mode could be thought of as fast mode. Like if you want this to be a one shot, you should probably play on easy mode. Combat will go quicker, and the sense. Tell us a little bit about the difference between how the scents work.
Yeah, so in easy mode, you can just layer any number of scents on your character. So you can have, like 30 different top and bottom notes if you wanted. In hard mode, the second you get a second either top or bottom note, your scents become muddled instead, which just breaks all of the puzzles in the game. So it becomes like a thing of, okay, cool, I have to go back out the back door, clear my scent, do something new, or like find another way to clear your scent. I think there's a few throughout the dungeon.
Yeah. I will say in play, having the lilac at the back door and the rose at the front door, and then even just the first couple of tests, because I didn't try to retain any of that information because I knew we'd be playing it at some point in time. There's one that I have. There's one of the high level scents I have memorized because it's very distinctive. And it didn't come up in play. But it actually created a really good sense, not scent, of kind of how that was supposed to work. And I think even the scene work we added on the outside really helped reinforce some of that also too. So it felt really good from an onboarding standpoint to be like, oh, if you go to the back door, you're getting the employee scent. I know one of these things right away.
Yeah.
And I have something to do. And I'm getting a customer scent if I go through the front door immediately. And they're marking and tagging people, which honestly is very video game technology, but didn't feel...
It's the most video game ass shit I've ever written.
Yeah. But it also didn't feel like, oh, you've got the red card and the blue card, right? Like, and you're looking for the yellow card and you haven't found it yet. Like, it didn't feel crappy like that. And part of it is because there's a deeper puzzle on top of it, and other narrative ways to mess through that. But having to go back and clear off your scent also pushes more and more encounters to get rolled. And so you're going to roll a lot more encounters in the hard mode eventually also too, because you're going to walk back and forth to clear your scent. It's be like, cool, I'll roll 3 encounter rolls real quick and we'll see what happens.
I won't say what each of the scents key to, but for top notes you have shoppers, employees, and outside technicians, which is a thing you all didn't ever have to come across in this one. And then bottom notes you have managers, special people, scientists, and agitators, which is what that cinnamon note was. If you get tagged with that cinnamon note, everything in the dungeon's just instantly hostile towards you.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, but it was super enjoyable to play. All the things that we added, I think, are working the way that we want them to. And I'm really excited to kind of see how it's fast. And I also thought the memories was a really fun moment for me because that was the thing you had just done.
That's the thing I've just done. I'm very excited to show you those when the stream ends.
Yeah,
I think they are sick.
Yeah,
that was it was really fun
I'll
to
just
like
walk you through them after it ends because I think I did some cool things with it.
Yeah, I have some thoughts on the presentation of them, but I'm really excited to hear the narrative you're pulling together through them. But I think that's going to work super well. But yeah, I was trying to think the bad smells in dungeons is a common form of sensory engagement. I feel like this is also just, if you're a GM, this is probably going to be a really good one to train you to think about, oh, I've got to intentionally describe the way things smell.
That was for me a lot of the fun in writing this, is that usually it's oh cool, you enter a dungeon, it looks like this, it does what, and this was okay, let's describe how things feel. Let's describe the grit of dust, the way things smell. It was transparently why I wrote it this way.
Yeah,
it was I want it to be dark and smelly because it was cool. Let's rely on something else just because I thought it'd be a fun writing exercise if nothing else.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I had a blast playing. It was really cool to see some of those things come alive. It was really great to play around with it. It was also fun. I've played a townie character before, but I don't think any of these other 3 have been taken out to play. I have a little poem I wrote for every fucking one in the original document about
cut them to save space.
No, that's fine. But I'm also excited about having Charlie do the layout on that, maybe a little bit of art too, which will be in the book as a early stretch goal or a flash funding goal or something early on because we want it in there.
And if it doesn't fund, we'll do it anyway.
Don't tell the people that.
Hey, if you've made it the full 3 hours and 18 minutes to get
You
good,
deserve it. Cool. Any
That was
other
great.
final thoughts?
No, I had a great time. This is really fun, and I'm really excited to back the Kickstarter on February 11th.
and
On
what's that
someone's
link,
birthday.
Sarah?
Ba, 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 ba.
The link is beneath our faces on the overlay. ttrpg.link/LP.
Damn, you did know it.
Sarah, are you going to take us out?
Keegan's gonna take us out.
You're in charge of the stream, Sarah.
Well, I think you've seen all of our faces. You know where to find us. And I really just think go back this project because it's sick as hell.
Everyone.